One. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Countless Heroes, that crazy 16-player West Marches style campaign where I, Logan, take on 6 of my players at a time, and it is a full 6 tonight. Hello, players!
Hello,
DM.
Hello.
And hello to our amazing audience. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. It is a little after our normal starting time, and we're very sorry about that. Logan's computer decided to have a fit, and one of my programs updated, of course, and then broke everything. So it's all better now, it seems, and we will go ahead and get started here fairly quickly. So let's do a very, very quick recap of yesterday. Callie, can you help me out with that?
Sure can. Yesterday, everything was awful and terrible, and that was the end.
It was Callie's terrible, no good, very bad day.
Everything was
Terrible,
awful.
horrible, no good, very bad day.
I've never seen it, so.
You didn't have that book read to you when you were a kid, Logan?
Is that the one with the traveling
After I was a kid.
pants?
Yeah.
Sure. Owen led the group over to Bezel to try and procure some ingredients for his dark unicorn wand. And
His
Bezel gave him
Durnicorn.
his Durnicorn. Bezel gave him a more interesting offer. Is that the ingredient he needed was leaving town at the same time that a dragon egg would be smuggled out of town. Knowing that dragons are sentient creatures and that the person by the name of Seamus is kind of skeevy and shady at the best of times, it would be probably a better idea to go rescue this dragon egg, especially given Callie's proclivities, than to get this rare flower. So the group headed over there. The whole thing was a setup and a sham. There is no dragon egg. Well, there were, but they were made out of lead. All as a ruse for a bunch of fate eaters, about 12 of them in all, to get their grubby little carapaces on Callie's book and get it back to the Dragon Sentinel, where Callie had stolen the book from, and not wanting to see her friends hurt or damaged any more than they were in danger of already being for fighting when she ran. She looped back around and gave up the book. And then Saldana went home and Javea was packing, and Saldana said nothing, and then Javea left.
Okay.
You wanted brief, so I gave you
That
brief.
was good. That was very brief.
Oh, shit. No, this is kind of important. We did, Owen went back to Bezel saying, hey, the information you gave us was bad. I want a refund. Bezel had arranged for the ingredient that Owen originally needed to be brought to Owen because of that snafu, saying that the people who were responsible for that bad information were to be punished because Bezel wanted it to be a good working relationship and it did not intend to double-cross Lark, intend to double-cross Owen.
I don't think it was a double cross. Again,
Or
bad
to
information
give
is bad
bad
information.
Yeah, he did not intend for it to be poor information.
Okay.
Sorry.
The important thing is those responsible for the subtitles have been sacked.
Yes.
Also Wick.
All right. So, does anybody have anything in particular they want or need to do this morning?
I have to make a charisma save, apparently.
Yeah, why don't we start with that? Go ahead and make your charisma save.
I
This is
am
your
visiting
third or second?
Callie,
This is my
make sure she's
second charisma save.
doing well, so she gets a +2.
She gets a +2.
I do
Cares.
not want the hero die.
Okay.
So I will just... Sorry.
Damn it, Callie, get good.
I say our hero die can't be expended to help others, can it?
We have said that you cannot trade hero die. It's It is all good and okay.
I'm not trading. I'm just straight out donating. I expect nothing in return.
Nope, doesn't work that
It's
way.
fine.
That's fine.
It's a good question. Is Callie waking up next to Lark? Is that what's going on here?
Callie will wake up next to whoever is available. So,
It is Callie. All right.
which I think
So,
lately has been a combination of Connor and or Prime Heart. So,
So it's been a fairly difficult last few days dealing with these new creatures that are in town that have the ability to look very human-esque, or any race it looks like, but seem to enjoy giving off some sort of clue that they always keep their boots or shoes very well kept and polished, which is actually something from the order that Callie belongs to. And you're not sure if they were just mocking your order or if they work with them or what. But there it is. That's that. So, and they were very interested in the book. So this morning, Callie wakes up very distraught still because her book is missing. And Lark visits her to help her out with her resting and her difficulties. Prime Heart is probably there as well.
I'm mostly just speaking to the chickens.
Right. Giving them an inspirational chicken speech.
Trying to motivate them to produce milk.
Mm-hmm.
So not a St. Francis style sermon.
Encouragement.
I don't know why that always gets me, but every single time.
Milk the chickens.
More of a yeah. That joke started and there was no ending to it, and I thought maybe something would come out, but nothing did. So much like Lark in the milk.
Yeah. Same.
oh well.
Does anybody have anything else they need to accomplish this morning in particular?
I would like to make money, please.
That's fine. You do your jobs. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the jobs anymore unless they're plot related, because you're all working and you're all making at least a little bit of money. And even if you're not, I think you're doing fine otherwise.
None of us are on the dole, as the saying goes.
This is
probably just go to our temple.
week. What episode number did you guys get your sign up with the guild hall with the Subrosarium?
86, 87?
Okay, so you got a couple more episodes.
Yeah.
So you got a few more days before your guild hall framework is done. You guys can start going in and decorating, and deciding what it is you want it to look like, and then the next amazing thing you're going to have to do that you guys will find out probably sometime in the next couple of days is that you're going to need to, actually probably could have already found out about it with the big ceremony that was there yesterday. Or was that 2 days ago that was the ceremony? Joe played twice in a row, so it confuses me.
2 days ago.
2 days.
Okay. So 2 days ago with that big ceremony, you would have found out that you're going to need to elect a representative from your guild to represent the interests of the guild in the guild council. And it cannot be a public servant.
Connor nominates Rosie.
Kelly also had mentioned to the group that she was very interested in helping represent
Politicalizing.
Yep.
Ocean says he's not gonna do it because it's too close to, like, married to Pimble, who's related or an advisor to Rydell. That's too
Conflict
close.
of
I'm too
interest.
close to Rydell. Yeah.
Conflict of
Conflict.
interest is the term.
Yes. That's it.
Nice that the lawyer jumped in with that really quick there. Good job.
I only had to take the
Listen.
ethics exam 3 times to pass. Okay.
All right.
I said it first, and I am not a lawyer.
That's what
I
I
am
was
a
saying. I was
sad
making
child.
fun of the lawyer being slow. That was the point that I was making.
The lawyer's been
Um,
traveling all day with a
but-
2-year-old. Give me a break.
Okay, well, I was going to say you had to pass the ethics exam 3 times because you played D&D. So that's the problem. That's question 1. Do you play D&D? Yes. Okay, you got to take a minimum 3 times.
The key is to answer lawful neutral, not lawful good. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah. Just like in accounting. Well, the first day of my first accounting class that I took, and yes, I was going to be an accountant for a while. Can you believe that?
Yes.
And then I ended up being a bookkeeper anyway. Go figure. For 2 businesses now. 4 businesses. Jesus Christ.
Take a nap.
The first day of my accounting class, the teacher said that there's a joke, an accounting joke that goes, a firm was going to hire an accountant. They had brought in 3 accountants, and they only had 1 interview question. They asked them what 2 + 2 equals, and the first one says 2 + 2 = 4. And the second one says 2 + 2 sometimes equals 3, and sometimes equals 5, but most of the time equals 4. And the third one said, "What do you want it to equal?" And guess which one got the job? And I'm like, oh, geez.
The lawyer joke goes pretty much the same way.
Yeah. So, let's get back to D&D. Instead of accounting and accountants and lawyers.
No one wants to play papers and paychecks.
Businesses and briefcases. I don't know. I might play papers and paychecks. Paychecks sounds like a really good part of that.
Yeah.
It's like, do we get extra paychecks? I bet I could use those.
Yeah, but you can only cash them in Electrum. Nobody uses Electrum in their games. That's the joke.
Yeah, that's the. I have 1 Electrum coin in this city right now, and it's sitting underneath a fairy dragon's. So, boy, this game is really off to a great start. Sorry, everyone. I'm all over the place. I woke up late. I'm tired. So let us talk about Kelly. We did talk about. So anyway, that's something you'll need to do is come up with a representative. It doesn't need to happen now, but it will need to happen sometime over the next week or so, as the council is being formed next week, along with the new year, along with new laws and regulations that are being put out in the city, including the time which every adventurer will get or every guild will get the guidelines for how to pay taxes. And you'll run into the official tax collector for the city.
So out of our party, who isn't eligible, then can we do a quick just recount on that so we know not to suggest?
I think Owen and O'Sheen probably.
O'Sheen probably because of conflict of interest, and Owen has a military.
Saldana then too, since she's Rydell's daughter.
I don't know that anybody would accept Saldana.
My suggestion is that it is done in secret. We all write our names on a piece of paper and put them inside of Mo. And then, when we're all done, he just rolls around and we draw one at random.
Could be interesting.
And it will be a Modron.
Wow, that was amazing.
Oh, long way for that joke.
That was a
Brilliant
long setup.
That was a brilliant setup.
Long tail on that guy.
Lark playing the long con as usual.
Y'all are ridiculous. Okay. So.
So Kelly just goes to her temple and just kind of sits and thinks and not sulks, but basically just kind of does her thing.
Is the plinth done? The pedestal for your okay, so he's painting then more of the stations.
The Primar's doing calligraphy of the verbiage on the stations. Essentially, wherever Lark finishes his painting, Primar's just finishing with broad strokes, making it look really nice.
Okay. All right. Other than that, anything going on before lunch?
I was thinking it probably would have been yesterday because it's never going to be right after the session I'm actually in. But Oshin would probably have actually like given Pimble the ring that he bought like a week and a half ago to propose, like just like made dinner and asked them finally. They're already married, but you know, that was a thing that was supposed to happen, and it's probably not going to happen after a game. So it would have been probably yesterday.
What would have? I'm sorry. What happened?
She would have finally given Pimble the ring that he bought like a week and a half ago to propose,
right.
like he said. Yeah, that would have been yesterday though, so it's not super important. It's just he finally has that.
Sure.
They
So-
made dinner and stuff.
What did Oshin tell Pinball about what happened last couple of days?
Probably. Mostly just expressed a lot of frustration about it. Like I basically like frustration that at what seemed like the decision that we are all dying for Callie's thing, and then trying to get everybody out of it without fighting or getting hurt and being stopped. Like, yeah, a lot of just very long-winded rambling about being frustrated and kind of hurt about that.
Did you tell
And
him
that
the
would have
part
been,
about throwing the book and not fighting?
Probably basically it gave him like try to give the book back and then step back, and when they didn't stop, considering taking the book back again, but that they killed it too fast. That was actually what I would have done on the next round of combat, would have been try to take the book back and then give it to the thing, but they killed it really fast, way faster than I thought.
So when you tell Pinball that, he looks a little concerned. So what you're telling me was that they were fighting something for their lives, and you just stood back and you did what? I
Tried to stop the fight, but they seemed insistent on fighting it.
By stealing something from Callie?
He handed it to me, and
Did she hand it to you to give to the creature?
she handed it to me, but she forced the fight. She
Sounds like the
literally
creature forced the fight.
she was the one that ran at it. It said that it would undo all of us, all of our lives, and it would kill all of us, and she ran at it instead of giving the book, but I don't
Okay.
I just
It was the heat of the moment. I
Maybe I'm-
understand. Do you think you'd do that again?
if giving something up meant that we wouldn't all be put at risk constantly, because who knows, nothing ever comes after us and gives up after one try.
Sure.
Yeah,
You think they're going to give up anyway? Even if they got the book?
they don't really have anything to go after. That's what it seemed like they wanted. It's just
I
that.
suppose.
I just... I didn't think that fighting was a good idea anyway, but I don't know,
Fighting's
just-
never a good idea except when it is. When you have to do it, and one way or another, you were in a fight, and your friends were in a fight, and they were struggling. I understand you were trying to end the fight, but to stand by and just watch them get hurt, I mean, that's sort of scares me.
I also
I would hate for one of them to do the same thing to you, because you're standing up for something you believe in.
I wouldn't ask them. I wouldn't decide that their lives are worth something that I care about, and mostly just me. I wouldn't make that decision for them, and I don't
They
like.
didn't necessarily make it for you, but I guess they expected. I mean, maybe not trying to give the book back, at least.
If it were a sacred thing for my own goddess, and it was between holding on to it and all of my friends being targeted by things that can unmake them, I would give it up in a heartbeat. I don't understand why.
If one of your gods came down and handed you an artifact, you wouldn't defend it with your life?
With mine, not with everybody's. I
So
would.
that means you're never ever going to hang around your friends anymore? Because it's sort of... Trouble has a tendency to follow those who choose this life. I'm having a hard time understanding the decision you made. It doesn't mean I want to berate you for it or anything. I just don't understand it. Your friends aren't going to be there forever. You're going to lose some of them at some point. And you're going to always wish there was more you could have done. Just do everything you can when you can. What if somebody had died in that fight? How would you have felt? You would have regretted it. Trust me. He just gives you a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah. I don't like feeling like this. I just too upset and too angry at the choice to start the fight, to that all of our lives should be put at risk for this. The last time someone made that decision for me was when I lost everything, and I didn't like having that made for me again.
Okay. That I understand.
It's
having control over your life is important. Just make sure that your friends understand that. Don't assume. Just talk with them, please.
Yeah.
In this life, Oshin, we don't get very many friends. Not true close friends. Communicate and trust them and be worthy of their trust. I'm sure they would understand if you talked to them. Maybe they could avoid putting you in those situations. Or at least could ask you. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Right? So, let's head to the Beer Forge. Rosie, so you are there playing at the Beer Forge with Ivy. Let's see if there's anybody interesting there. Nope, just slammed. Lots of people, but nobody that really stands out from anyone else.
Rude. Interesting people don't like my music.
Yeah, that's it. So
Damn it.
But you're number one on the pop charts.
There you go. Which means you're getting a buttload of money today. You're rolling in a very good amount of coin, as it's a fairly packed bar, and they
literally rolling.
Like
I will
yes,
jump in it.
You Scrooge McDuck all over the stage. So
that would be so painful.
Yes,
Listen.
yes, it would. So Rosie's there, Prime Heart and Callie, and Lark will show up, and we'll have Connor show up too. Oisin will be dragging a little bit behind there. Let's start there. So Rosie's playing. It is very packed as you come in. It's loud, but still not as loud as it was yesterday with the 4 club members there.
So I hope I got all of the verbiage correctly. Lynn, do you think that I could do any better with that?
It's perfect. Thank you.
It's really important to you, and it's important to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was perfect. You did great. Same with you, Lark. Everything you guys did was wonderful. I appreciate it.
Like your art is really coming along. It's really impressive.
Oh, thank you. I don't take compliments very well. I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
Why don't you go, guys, grab a seat, and I'll grab us some drinks.
Okay.
My treat.
I'll take a double. Thank you.
You got it.
It's
Double milk.
days.
Paramount will sit and flip over the little reserved marker and begin writing in it, like
Okay.
underneath it, little hidden message.
Okay.
Lark kind of leans over and Pete, what are you doing?
Just writing all of our names underneath it, just so everyone knows that this is ours.
It's facing your sign, Lark.
Only on the inside, because it's like
That's not Lark's
Like
sign.
that?
It was a Lark sign, or was it
Well,
an older sign?
it's everybody's sign. I made it, but
Yeah, you made it.
Callie, I'll go up to Ivy and just order the usual for everyone.
All right. Milk, iron, and iron.
Double milk,
Double
iron,
milk.
iron, and iron. Or whiskey.
Whiskey for Connor, right?
don't forget something for Rosie. She is ready for break, I'm sure.
I think that's
Sure
the other
sits
iron.
them. All right, so you get the drinks, you take them over the table, you sit down. Rosie gets done, goes up and collects her pay and her tip, and smiles, and Abby smiles at her and pulls the tray up for her to sort through to decide what she wants.
Thank you.
Always. She puts it back under.
Callie, do you need help carrying the drinks?
I got it. Thanks.
Are you sure?
Yep, and this one is for you. How about you carry that one?
Lark,
It's not a Muppet walk. It's not. It's a Rosie walk.
Lark clears a spot on the table, knowing where Rosie likes to sit.
I mean, if anybody in the game was going to be a Muppet, it would be Rosie. And GB.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so iron, double milk, whiskey, and my iron.
Oh, Callie, I have something for you.
Mm.
The stage lights are kind of warm, so it's a little sticky.
Okay.
There's a little. Don't laugh, Logan. But I heard you were having a bad day, so I went out and I got some stuff. I didn't know exactly what you liked, but I thought it was ironic since you were a Triton. So, and then I also like the other thing. So I made you a necklace, but it's made out of caramel corn and saltwater taffy.
Thank you, Rosie. She'll put it on.
It's massive.
She puts it on and wears it proudly. Perfect.
You should probably eat it by the end of the day, though, or it'll start to get like really gross.
I will work on it with my iron.
Okay, awesome.
Anyone else would like a bite? Feel free. But I'm not
Just
taking
no
it off.
hands. And no hands.
You said I'm not taking it off, but you're welcome to have a bite.
Foster, don't get it in his fur, please.
She'll make sure that Foster gets some without it getting stuck in his fur.
Do we have any plans for today, other than decorating your temple?
I think it's about as decorated as it can get at this point. I don't know. Any ideas, Connor? Anything you want to do?
Oshin will come in at that point.
He kind of gestures to the whiskey in front of him. Hi, you're looking at us.
It's a good plan.
All day?
I mean, there's also the night to consider. He smiles and winks at Callie.
She grins back.
Oshin looks at the table and was fully expecting GB to be here because this is usually a day that he's at the beer forge and is kind of disappointed because I had wanted to talk to GB. So I'm going to approach the counter to talk to Ivy. Ivy, can I ask you some questions? Sorry, it's kind of out of...
Ask away.
It's about your father. I don't know how much you know about when he made GB awakened. Do you know anything about
When he made me what?
GB?
I
when
don't
he
know anything about that
awakened
night,
you?
and I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Do you know anything about GB from before? Did he was that his name? Or something?
Oh, GB. When GB was made?
Yes.
That night I do know quite a lot about. I thought you meant the night I was. Never mind.
No.
Yes. No. I'm quite familiar. What? I mean, I was young, but not that young. What's your question?
Was there other puppies that he was around before? And did they think about awakening more than one? And was he named before?
Okay, I guess I don't know a lot about that day. I mean, I was there, and the rituals, and I mean, it was very long and drawn out. I remember being bored a lot, and I didn't really understand. But I'm not sure. I know that I mean, he was just a dog before. The spell worked better than anticipated. GB was unlike any other awakened animal that Dad had ever heard of. Smarter,
Okay.
seems.
Yeah, he's really smart.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Dad may have done to get that. What are you concerned about?
I have 2 kittens, and we were thinking about awakening one of them, but I didn't want to, sort of separate them because one is smart and can talk, and the other one is just a normal cat. And also, I didn't know if that was something that you should do when they're young, like when they're still kittens, or when they're fully grown.
Younger is better.
Oh, okay,
But
that's good to know.
My understanding is that they'll have the mentality of whatever age they are relative to how they awaken. So understand that if you awaken them too young, they might be children. Well, GB's still a child, but in the best possible way.
Oh, they're very small. Okay, it's good to know.
Maybe, I mean, if you don't want to separate them, the option is to awaken both of them.
That's what I thought about, but I don't know.
They can be a handful. It's like having children. But, it's probably worthwhile. I don't know. I've never done it. Everyone says it's worthwhile.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's good to know. I can ask GB more questions when I see him if he comes around. So here, if I run into him. You think I'd be able to track down a talking dog easier than I have, but
Yeah. I don't know. He likes to work a lot.
yeah, he does. I'm not actually sure if he's still doing the same thing because he also changes jobs a lot.
Constantly, yes.
Okay. I will keep an eye out for him, I guess.
Yeah, good luck. Maybe you'll catch up to him next Friday.
Ooh, yeah, in a week. He's
I know
normally
the
here this
guy.
day of the week. He's busy today, I guess.
Next Friday would be a great day to look him up. I'll see if I can arrange a meeting.
Meta humor.
Awesome. Was there anything else you wanted to ask Ivy?
No, the rest of it I can ask GB.
All right. So she comes back over. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna let you guys to it while I handle a couple things here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, come join us.
Okay.
We were just talking about Connor drinking whiskey all day and night.
That happens sometimes, yeah.
Pretty sure
That happens rather
the
frequently.
nighttime was different. But you know, I think he's gonna have his hands full.
Hey, you keep busy with one or the other. It doesn't do good to sit around. Nothing to do. Otherwise, who knows what much kind of trouble I might get into.
Yeah, I've had
Sure,
those
only
things.
the best kind.
I don't just what that last. Long time before you folks were around, I got into all sorts of trouble. With all sorts of people.
An idle mind is a devil's playground. That's why a lot of people think I'm possessed. Or at least
Well,
for
that-
other reasons.
That and the green skin and the yellow eyes and the, unsettling demeanor you have about you.
But she has a
Hey,
bow.
I think I'm very, very sweet. First of all.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the contrast that gets you. It'll fuck her, for sure.
Well, we're a lively bunch today.
I bet you're dragging ass today, for sure.
I'm very quiet
I bet you made a lot of money.
because I'm very tired. Yeah. Yeah, I got to swim in it. Not as fun as it sounds.
Sounds cold.
And hard.
And hard, yeah.
Well, Shane, how's your husband doing? I haven't seen him in a while.
Pretty good. We haven't really figured out what to do about the kittens. That's why
Hey, still mulling that over.
I thought that GB would be here because I needed to talk to him, but he's working probably, I don't know. Weirdly hard to track.
Well, that's what happens when you have a strong work ethic, but a short attention span.
Very true.
Working all the time at all the jobs, yeah.
Have you at least named the kittens yet?
Well, I had some ideas, but that was also something that I needed to ask because I didn't know if GB picked that name or if that was what Hobbs named him, because I don't want to name them something like Sparkle and then that be the name of a person, essentially. But that was one of the names I thought of because they're glitchy.
I don't know about all that, but don't much about the magic either. I can tell you, your ma didn't exactly ask me if she wanted to be named Connor. But it's the name of cop.
I mean, I picked my name.
I think I did too. Don't
I
actually.
was given something very different. So if you name your kittens now and they decide they want to be called something else later, I mean, I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah.
Worst case, you could use their old name as a nickname.
That'd be pretty cute. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, my name's Greg, but my dad calls me Sparkles. I don't know.
I hope they have better taste than Greg.
I mean, I listen, I'm really tired. I usually have better names, but I don't.
That's fine.
For the sake of Rosie's young ears, I'll not tell you what my old man used to call me.
Did you just say my young ears?
Did I? Is that what I said? Sure, if I said something like that, I meant something unoffensive.
Connor, you know I'm an adult, right? Why do I have to have this conversation with everyone?
It's a simple oversight. Blame the whiskey. Speaking of which, Ivy, another pour here, please.
For what it's worth, by Furbolg standards, Nathan's barely an adult. So I was a bit confused too.
I was assumed we'd find out Mari made him a real man.
What?
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
No, I'm very aware. I'm very, very aware. Like, I'm very aware. I live in that house.
Well, if you keep your hands off his shoes, maybe you wouldn't know so much about his personal life.
Listen. I don't need you to call me out. Not in my own workplace. Domain, that's it. I'm so tired.
He offers her a bowl of whiskey.
You should take it.
See if that doesn't perk your right off, lass.
Ah!
Oh, impressive.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do today. I don't think there's anything that's really pressing.
Check on
Same.
Earl, that was brought up a little while ago. See how he's doing with everything.
We should do that.
So Donna's not with us, but it might be better that way. I don't actually know if she wants to go.
I'll go over you lot too. I don't know about you, but I've been hungover since Loomis.
You know what you need? It's a good scrap, then.
Ah, not the truth.
You could always go to the chalice.
Is that where they pay to fight, folks? Sure, I'll do that. Fuck it, why not? I'll do the fight for free.
It's just a suggestion. We don't have to. Don't
I did that last time that I was around. I still haven't gotten salt out of my hair.
Okay, well then, what do you want to do, Rosie?
Well, I want to hang out with my rats, but I'd also want to hang out with you guys, so I don't know.
Are there any creatures in the sewers that need taken care of?
Not that I know of.
Well,
Connor, while we're talking about fighting, Connor looks. Does Ivy have the painting displayed up in the beer forge yet?
Yes.
Okay. He'll kind of glance and looking at the Lady Enid's profile. He'll tell Rosie a story about the time they all went and fought a witch, and Lady Enid killed it with her halberd.
No! Stop it! Jenny's gonna cry!
A witch?
Yeah,
That's
Connor
really
will.
far-fetched.
Connor will leave out the parts where the witch totally beguiled him, and it'll make it sound much more impressive than what actually happened.
That sounds a little far-fetched.
That witch. Okay.
we're out in the forest.
No, just here in town. There's
Oh.
scarecrows. Scarecrows everywhere. I hate the fucking things to this day. Can't stand them.
That's
Yeah. I want to see if we can find it. See if we can find any traces to find out if Connor's story is total bullshit or not.
That's a good idea.
We could just cast Zone of Truth on him, but I'm inclined
But that's
to believe
cooler.
Connor.
I want to
I don't-
invest.
Yeah, this is exactly what Connor doesn't want to do, is play truth or dare while he's stuck in his zone of truth.
Callie would never use Truth or Dare while using a Zone of Truth. That defeats the purpose and fun of the game.
Or it just takes it to a new level.
Yeah, let's say
That too.
or everyone chooses dare.
Yep.
Zone of truth or command.
There you go. The clerics have all the best parties.
You're always welcome to them.
Connor's always welcome.
I'm pretty sure I'm a regular attender.
Connor knows where the big hammock is.
Connor was probably like practicing sword moves in the yard while y'all were actually doing real work.
There are dummies for that.
There is a training area. I mean, I guess we could always go over to where the new guild house is going to be and scope it out too.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got the highlights from your book, Connor, from the diary and
Okay.
the letter.
Okay.
So the letter is from Sicily. And it says, Connor, I wish there were more years left, but with things in the city as they are, and my husband's involvement, I don't think things will go well from here on out. I'm locking all of this away in case you ever return, and I hope I have someone to leave it with. You can understand through my notes, hopefully, what is going on. But this is the most important thing I want to leave you with. I discovered this as part of one of their holy books. She got quotes around holy books. I hope it helps. I believe you're alive. I hope you're alive. Sicily. Inside is a torn out page from a book, and it says part of some sort of passage or maybe a poem. It says, "The devourers come when day is night. A skip in the line will destroy the bright. Moving a man through the weeds of Fey, bring darkness above and ceasing day." As you've looked over the last week through all of the other paperwork and stuff, certain things have kind of jumped out at you. The organization that she believes was responsible is a very secret group called the Octogram. As you kind of skip through it some more, you find that she's highlighted some notes and circled and underlined. Always work in pairs, ? Seems to use magic, different than sorcerers, more like bards. Can cast anything? ? You find the notes where she started tracking you down. It says Connor disappeared and has the date. Clover House? ? Last place seen according to, and some name was given. Doing a job for Bezel, and then pages of notes. Her tracking down different things, scratching things off, lines through pages of bad leads. Finds out that the job was for somebody not internal and not somebody that Bezel knew. Was Bezel involved? ? Underneath that, in a different color ink, no, circled. Every once in a while, there are little notes to herself about things that are going on. One of them is, Connor was not the person everyone seemed to think he was, but seems like a good man overall. Glad I'm not doing this for nothing. One of the last entries is giving up. Health is failing. City is getting worse. It's been years. I hope you are okay, Connor, wherever you are. I'll go ahead and post all that.
Have I been able to find any leads about what Clover House is or where it is?
Oh yeah, Clover House is Bezel's card house.
That's right. Well, Connor's been staying away from there, mostly because he hasn't felt ready. But knowing that Cicely came to the conclusion that Bezel wasn't involved, maybe he will finally be willing to have that meeting.
I don't know how much of that you share with everyone else.
I'll think on that one. I'll definitely have asked questions about some of the points, but given that he only is with the group about once a week, a lot of it's going to be on foot, just chasing things down on his own when he's not wrestling with his own problems or wrestling with Callie.
Okay.
So, I don't know, we could play a game of cards or something if we don't want to go.
Callie, you talked about creatures that you faced the other day that took it for such a bad spin.
Yeah.
He'll pull out the page, and with the I couldn't tell from your delivery, Logan. Was it considered like a verse or just a couplet almost, or just some limerick?
There's more to it, but you can't tell if it's more religious or just poetry or what.
He'll put that in front of Callie, and basically just it's something that stuck out at him given her accounts about the Fate Eaters, and something doesn't sit right with him. He wants to see if this is anything she's familiar with, since she's much more book learned than he is.
As she's looking through it and she sees the lines about the Devourers, the color just kind of drains from her face a little bit. Okay. Where did you get this?
Do you remember at Las Lumas when Ivy gave me pages from her mother's diary? But when Cecilia was looking for me. This is part of that. I don't know where it came from exactly. She suspected an organization called the Octagram, but I've never heard of anything like that.
Octagram. How many letters is that?
I mean, I'd have to take off my shoes, but I believe it's 8.
Same as Cylinder. Did she say anything else about the Octagram?
He will begrudgingly give her the rest of the information, and basically tell her, you and I have a conversation to have later, and I'm going to put this to you in trust. But this is the information that I have.
You can trust me with it.
I know I can, lass. Otherwise I wouldn't be showing it to you. I don't know who the Octagram are. They weren't a player in Cinderhaven back in the day. I knew all the big movers and shakers. Never heard of these folks.
But they work in pairs, and she points to the information.
It's a conclusion that Cecilia came to, and if there's one woman in all Cinderhaven who I would take her at her word, it'd be the old dwarf.
She'll look up at She'll look up at the other. Sounds like the twins from Cylinder.
Yeah.
If Donovan's back, and the Devourers are coming, and it happened before. That's what the Fate Eaters told me yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that the Devourers are coming.
He was definitely involved with them. They had the Nocturne, and he's the one who made them. So, probably already knew that. I don't know what exactly they're after now.
I don't know.
There's one other thing I think I should know about this. He points to the line about the man into the Fae. I'm trying to pull it up so I can read it verbatim. Yeah, moving him in through the weeds of Fae. And he sighs and he says, "Lass, I have to tell you, I think that might be talking about me."
Okay. Are you okay? I mean, I know you're here, but I mean, are you okay reading this? Are you...
He says, I don't know. Things have been changing lately. Something's happening to me. I don't know how to describe it, but fuck it. Always been one of a show-off. To show you. He reaches out and he puts his hand on the glass of whiskey in front of him, and you see glass freeze with his touch. Like the whiskey turns to frozen. I couldn't do that a week ago.
So things are changing, and you're amassing powers you didn't know you had? I'm not questioning you. I'm just trying to make sure
I could never do this. I don't have any magical training. I'm just plumb ordinary as I come. I don't know what this is, and I don't know why it's happening, but it scares the twitches that to me.
Well, I wouldn't call you ordinary by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, compared to some of the rest of you, I'm not 8 feet fucking tall. I'm not a wee green lass fucking sing in front of everybody. I'm just a man with a sword.
That ability looks familiar. It looks like Trey a little bit. I don't know if that means anything, but the ice on things, that touch, that's what happens.
Well,
Who's Trey?
It's a some sort of mechanical man, sort of mechanical thing. He's I don't really know how to explain it. He can talk and understand a little bit, and he was built by Victor a while ago. He was their attempt at creating life without using, people. He was as advanced as they could get, and we know that. We knew that there was the theory about using people because that's where the Nocturne came from, and that's what Donovan took. I don't know. It just seems like too much of a coincidence.
Well,
Is he still at Moe's? Sorry.
He's locked away somewhere. I don't know where.
I was going to say we have access to 3 of the members of Victor and Trey himself. Connor, all jokes and everything aside, if something is happening to you and things are changing, maybe that's what we should be focusing on today. Especially if it scares you.
Well, I've been trying to figure it out on my own. I'm not used to having a lot of help. Even when I worked with a crew here in town, it's, well, at the end of the day, it's every man for himself. I understand that you all have been through a lot together, but,
You're one of us. So, is there anything else that's different about you? Weird dreams?
Are you forgetting things?
Is it
Just one dream.
will?
What, the ice thing?
Yes. Or does it
Hey.
just happen all the time?
Hey, no, I can do it whenever I want. When y'all have been off doing a lot of adventures, I've been able to incorporate my sword work into some of it. It feels very natural, uncomfortably so. Primarch, you mentioned dreams. It's one dream I have over and over again. It's more of a flash, really. I see a snowy field, a blizzard almost. You can't hardly see it all. And there's a laughter there. Something doesn't even sound human. Shrieking almost. over and over again. I don't know what it means, and I thought at first it was just a bad dream, but it's coming back more and more. And now with the he gestures with his hand again. I don't like it. I don't like being made to be somebody else's plaything. It's not who I am. It doesn't feel right. So if somebody is using me to do horrible things, and he gestures to the passage about and the Fate Eaters and gestures to Callie, that's not right. I don't stand for it.
Damn right.
Well,
Could it,
go
could
ahead,
it
Lark.
have something to do with the Winter Court? Because you are
The what?
They are Fae, and you would, if that person in the poem is you walking through there. The Winter Court, they visited us earlier.
He kind of looks, his eyes narrow at Lark and goes, "Where might I find this Winter Court?"
Somewhere in the Feywild, they came to us. They
Oh, fuck
burrowed.
me.
They burrowed through the ground up to the surface. They wanted Mari.
Go figure, she's not here either. No GV, no Mari.
We could just ring a bell. I mean, that's where they came last time.
Yeah, we went through the Feywild, the Undermist. I don't know if we went all the way in. We went in, and we went to a really snowy area. It was saw a lot of weird, angry things.
I don't want to deal with red caps anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just throw
Well,
them.
the
It's fine.
Undermist is where Aldian found me. Do you think it's possible that Winter Court has something to do with this? It sounds as easy as... How is that? He's really annoyed because he's been spending weeks digging around for this, and it's the first he's even heard of it. And if he'd known he could just come to Lark and ask him about it, he feels like a complete fool.
I mean, this sounds as wintry as
Connor
wintry
should know by
gets.
now that if you need to know any sensitive information, you just ask Lark.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's the MO.
If you can't find Lark, then GB or Prime Heart would also
No,
do.
Mo is the MO.
Oh, it's true. Well,
I'm done. I'm done.
let's start
It's over.
with the two smartest people we're allied with. I think Lark has given me some good advice over the last couple of days. But I think I was thinking more of Pinball or Vassifra. If they've had dealings with Donovan and potentially these Devourers, and I think Pinball even mentioned knowing something along the lines of Fae semi-remotely. Maybe we go pay Trey a visit?
Yeah, he's dealt with the Winter Court, if that's the lead that we're following, and I think Trey's he can get to Trey if that also is something. So that would probably be the best place to start, and if he doesn't know anything, we can go to Vassifra.
Okay, sounds good. Lark, Prime Heart, Rosie, what do you guys think?
I'll follow you guys wherever you want.
Bingo.
I'm not the
As
smartest
well.
person here. So I trust
Maybe-
your judgment.
Maybe Pinball knows how to get in touch with them.
Maybe. All right, Connor. You up for a little walk?
I've got nothing better to do.
If you ever need to talk about stuff, you know where I am. It's okay.
I do,
Oh.
Loss. I do.
So where you
As
guys
we're
headed?
leaving, others leave. He steps Connor. You've gone through puberty, right? This isn't the change you're talking about.
He just gestures to the beard and walks past him.
All right.
Lark's like, is that what that means?
I don't know what that. None of my friends had beards. I didn't have one. All right.
Before we leave, everyone walks up, and I'd kind of stop Callie after let them go ahead, because Callie and I are both faster than everybody and can catch up. It's fine.
Primarch's on equal footing with us these days, Mr. Monk dual class over there.
Well, I haven't seen I haven't seen Primarch move fast. I was looking at Primarch's name too, and I still said Lark.
Everybody's been saying my name. Why?
Because we love you, Lark.
We love you.
There's not a moment that goes by that we're not thinking about Lark,
I
apparently.
mean, apparently he's the man with the plan.
When I see Callie, all I think is Lark.
I could have done these story beats months ago if I just had Logan put Lark on the schedule with me.
Right?
Yeah, I stopped Callie. So we need to talk.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Your Lark was right. I had no right to ask any of you to do that. I'm sorry I put you in that position.
No, I shouldn't have just stood by. We both know that we were wrong. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I just want the choice. You know everything about Toxie, yeah.
I guess the reason I handed it to you of everybody else is I know how you feel of having found your path and faith in nature, and I guess I kind of just thought that you would understand it best out of everybody, but it wasn't fair of me to put that on you without giving you the choice.
I think that I understand. I guess how I felt about it is just different. I don't know. I want to follow the path better, and if it was an artifact of what I had, I don't know. I don't think leading everyone into battle would be what my goddess would want. She's more of gentle and protects everybody and probably leads people away from battle, but so I don't know. I did what I thought would be best, but that wasn't what I should have done. It wasn't really my choice for that.
You have a husband who needs you. It's okay. But you don't have to worry. They came for me again yesterday, and I gave it to them. So
I saw. Guess that's also what I was worried about. I told Pimple already. We talked about it. Nothing ever comes after us just once. If someone wants something from us, they will find it and they will get it, because people are stubborn. I know I am.
Well, the last thing I want is for anybody to get hurt. So
Good.
It is what it is.
But now we understand each other, I guess. No, it's just... We should catch up with him. We should catch up.
Yeah.
Primarch is outside. He had grabbed some icicles and he had given one to Rosie and started sword fighting with her.
On guard, motherfucker!
Avast!
That's not how you swing a sword. For God's
I don't
sake.
know.
You want to teach me? Do
Teach
it!
us.
Alright, fine, I
Do
will.
it! You won't.
He pulls the sword and starts showing her how to thrust and parry.
No! You have equal weapons.
Yeah. He'll reach
Grab
up and
a
snap
goddamn
another icicle and hands one to Connor.
He's gonna run at Connor with her fucking icicle.
Ah!
Parry and
All right.
riposte, bitches.
So we walk out to Rosie trying to shank Connor with his icicle.
Well, things are back to normal.
What's great is once it melts, there's no murder weapon. There's no fingerprints. We're good. Just 1,000 witnesses.
Yeah.
I guess that'll really make it a cold case.
Hey.
I can't even boo that. That was too good.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to
Sure. I was just
the
showing
house.
the way last here a thing or two about like sword fighting. He kind of smacks with the icicle.
Oh, well, you don't know how to. See, Syl was agreed with me. Sword fighting's not as hard as everyone seems to think it is.
No,
You just take the sword and you swing. It's not.
no, but there is a certain amount of style to it.
I know. how
Anybody
to
can sword
use-
fight, but not everyone can look good doing it.
That's fair.
I
And I
use
can
crossbows
still
and
put on my
knives.
mask.
So I'd very much like to learn how to use a sword.
Okay, well, I know how to use one. So does Syl, and Pip, and Connor, and
Okay, but Connor looks cool while he's doing it. That's the thing. I want to look cool.
Syl glows. That's really cool.
I can't do that. Well, I can use minor illusion, but
How do you
it's
know?
different. Because I'm a goblin, and goblins can't do that. Trust me, I've tried.
Rosie,
Oh,
when you
okay.
smile, your entire face lights up in a glow. So don't tell me you can't glow.
She wants to be a globlin.
She's gonna take out her her alchemical light stick. She's gonna shake it, and she's gonna shove it in her mouth, and then smile.
See, now you're glowing.
Oh, Lanik would be proud.
I did it.
And Rosie, Connor may look really cool swinging that sword. All I have is a very big stick, and I can knock Connor on his ass.
That's
She
true.
winks at Connor and starts walking.
Yeah, but the difference is, when I go
I'm
to
sure
a dragon, the
Connor
dragon
also
doesn't
has a
enjoy
very
it.
big stick.
He just turns around and sticks her tongue out.
He'll talk to Rosie as they're going and say, "For real, lass, do you really want to learn how to sword fight?"
Fuck yeah. I don't know if you know this, but people like to say that I'm a jack of all trades. So,
Well, then you come to the right master. I'll teach you a thing or two.
okay, you can call yourself that around Callie, but not around me.
No, it can't.
Monks are touchy when you use that sort of language around them.
Isn't that what you're going for?
Not that kind of touchy.
Good thing I am resistant to cold damage.
But not to this burn. Ah! I'm sorry, I'm done.
Right, she'll just lace her fingers through Prime Heart's hands and give it a kiss as they're walking.
Okay. All right.
Has Pinball added any new things to the portal?
No. I think the portal is pretty much done at this point. I think the last thing he put on there was some sort of grinding chainsaw-like sound.
It's just Pinball in the background. Just
Making that noise with just
Pay no attention to the man behind the portal.
Rosie is going to quickly scale Prime Heart when she realizes that fuck, the ground is cold. I don't like this. And she's gonna sit on his shoulders. Just
Sorry. I can get off if you want.
No, you're always welcome up here. I didn't want to impose.
Okay, yeah, I don't like. I don't wear shoes, if you haven't noticed, because shoes don't generally fit my feet. But
I'll make some moccasins for you. Just give me some time.
I mean, I
Why
have that
don't you
back
just-
toe thing. That's kind of weird.
What about socks? Can you get your feet into socks?
if I want to walk on the back of my heel the whole time.
She's gonna point down at her feet, and she's got these kind of like talon-looking things. So she's got like one toe on the back that helps for balance. Because Jenny loves that shit.
So most of the time socks don't fit. And if they do, they have a hole, and that's counterproductive.
Okay. Well, if you sewed socks that had toes, so the one on the back, you just put the talon into it, that would look terrible. But it'd be really warm.
This is true. I've never been much of a sewer. So.
A foot glove.
I can
Yes.
try.
How much longer until we get there? I feel like we've made this trip
You're
a long.
there.
Oh, we are there.
We've arrived.
I jumped through the portal.
You have
Yes,
arrived.
right.
Your
Yes,
destination is on the left. On the left. on the left.
You guys head on
Please.
upstairs. You pass by the big box that has all of your goodies in it into the main living area. What do you do when you're there, though?
Look for my cats.
They're around.
I'm gonna pick them up.
Okay.
Hold them.
Oh, Mr. Rexfield, we brought your husband home.
I'm gonna
So
hold
after
the
a while,
creation very
Pimble will
close to
pop
my
his head
chest.
back out.
Oh, hey, Glitterman, I got some questions for you.
You know, Glitter Man might be a pretty good thing to put on the back of my new pair of. Never mind. All right. Yes.
His new sweatpants.
Glitter man, doing the things that Glitter Man can.
Yes.
What do you know about the winter cart?
The winter cart. Is that the thing Pip is doing?
The
For
core.
fuck's sake, I know you can understand when I talk to you. Fucking fires, the winter cart.
You're a little obnoxious, so I'd like to play with you.
And not when your
I
husband's
like-
here.
I
Are you
play with
saying?
them
Are you
too.
saying his voice is obnoxious? Because
No, I'm just saying he's obnoxious
oh,
and a little too pretty. So the winter court, nothing basically, other than the last dealings I had with them. My only dealing with them.
But you have dealt with them.
Well, as much as anybody here has.
He looks to Lark as if to say,
One of them used to be part of the pumpkin court. That's what I think, anyway.
Yes, that's right.
K-
Hazamu Hibadu used to be part of the autumn court and defected.
Maybe roundabout way of getting there. What do you know about the Devourers? Specifically, any piece of poetry regarding them? Something that Sicily might have had.
The Devourers is used as a metaphor in a lot of poetry. I don't know what. Cicely never came to me with anything. Not that she should have.
yeah, Hobbs seems pretty smart. He made GB, and GB's really smart, so probably did. You don't need to go all the way across town. You got a smart husband right there.
The octagram,
Something?
perhaps? Was Donovan working with a group called the Octagram at any time?
Not that I'm aware of. Never heard of them.
Okay.
Do you know how to get in contact with the court, the winter court?
If need be, yes. Is it a dire circumstance? Are things that desperate?
You can ask him about the fucking hole in my head.
Connor, show him your thing.
Yes, show me the hole in your head.
He reaches out and just hits his fingers in Pinball's beard and ice starts to form there.
Clever. What does that have to do with the hole in your head?
I couldn't do this a fucking week ago, you wizard.
Okay.
He's like, for fuck's sake. And he's like, you can see he's getting flustered. He's not like comfortable with Pinball in this sort of one-on-one. So he just hands him the page and just like turns around and goes looking for a place to pour himself a drink.
There's a little bar to the side.
Yeah.
He'll look over the page. Is this the poem?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never read it before. It's amateurish at best. What does it mean?
I don't know, but the Fate Eaters that came for me before they left said that the Devourers were coming, and that Connor has this.
I assume Pinball is at least familiar with the circumstances of Connor's absence. Sorry, Tess.
You're fine.
Only what you've told him.
Okay. So, I mean, if necessary, he would bring Pinball up to speed about he was here, then he was gone, and now he's back, and there's a long period of time that he can't account for, and he doesn't know where he went, and that's what he means when he talks about a hole in his head.
Got it.
Doesn't like being all Jeffrey Sinclaired.
He kind of nods a bit. I'm gonna have to do some research. I have no idea what any of this means.
Could it be a connection with Trey? That was another route we were going
Yeah.
on.
Why would it be a connection with Trey?
The ice thing sort of reminded me of his ice thing.
That's just something we built into him. We thought it. We tried all sorts of elements, different times. Had no connection to the Feywild.
Yeah, I don't know, the idea of just that there was that, and it's something about the people that Donovan are probably working with, and he was one of the group that made him. I don't know.
Cylinder.
All right.
They work in pairs. At least.
You cut out.
The octogram had been described similarly to them, with working in pairs and things like that.
All right. Again, I don't have any insight right now, so I don't know what more I could do for you right this moment. I'd be glad to look into it.
Thank you. It's a start, Connor.
He just kind of slumps his shoulders.
I wish I had more answers, Connor. I'm sorry.
Well, if you were the man with all the answers, I suppose we'd run this fucking town. It's too much to hope for to find everything we needed in one stop. What's next on our list?
We can go talk to Afra, as well. She seems to know a lot more about the cylinder. She might know about the octagon or octagram.
Alright, let's try that.
We're not far from the others. We're not far from Bezel's place, if you want to ask any questions there either. I know you're trying to avoid them, but
Yeah, like you say the name and the glass breaks in his hand.
Okay, so not that one. Okay, come here. She's gonna go over and keel his hand.
Pinball walks over and makes him a new drink in a metal glass. Or wooden, probably, actually.
Oh, she holds the cats a little bit tighter so they can't get down and get to the glass.
Pinball starts using.
Very sorry about the glass,
clean up
Pinball.
the glass.
I did not mean to lose controller. I'm sorry.
I will pick
I
that
mean,
up.
it was worth at least 2 copper, so you'll owe me. And he used prestidigitation to clean up as much as he can, and then picks up the bigger pieces, along with.
It's more being a bad guest. And he just belts the wooden.
Does Mo know you can
I-
do that?
Break glasses with his hand? I would guess yes.
No,
He kind of
clean
pats
up.
Connor on the shoulder. Yes, he knows that I'm
'Cause-
capable of cleaning up after myself. Is that the joke?
Oh, right. No. Because he cleans up all over the place, and if you could just do it for him, then...
Not
Very
here,
well.
he doesn't. Not anymore. He kind of pats Connor on the shoulder and hold on, it'll come back. Nope, it's gone.
Words need not be spoken.
What did Connor said right before that?
He apologized for breaking the glass.
Oh, he says, you do know that I've been kidnapped in my own home several times, and it's been destroyed at least twice. You are not near the worst guest I've ever had.
He kind of forces a laugh on that one. At least you can remember the times you've been kidnapped.
Yeah, that's ahead of some more than just one person here.
Just do me a favor. If you find anything in your research, just send it along.
Always.
You know where to find me.
All right.
Send it along to Kali's temple. I mean. Alright, let's go to this Afro lady.
He pops over to Oshin and says, I was over visiting with Rydell earlier.
Yeah.
Javea is living there now without Saldana. Do you have any idea what's going on there?
I left right before Saldana yelled at Javea, so
Right. So yeah, you
Um,
probably don't
I
have
don't-
much of an idea.
I don't know. She must have said something.
Evidently,
he-
they had some sort of falling out. I was just wondering what might be done.
Well,
I hate to
that's
see people. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's none of my business.
it's good to know where she is in case Saldana wants to find her, I guess.
I suppose.
But if she wants to hide from Saldana, then Saldana will never find her because she's really good.
Seems like a strange place to go, though. Or maybe not. Kind of shrugs. Gives you another kiss. All right, I'm off to the library.
Okay.
Pinball.
Of course.
Bye, Pinball.
Goodbye, Rosie. He kind of grins. Good luck, Connor. I will do my best.
I appreciate it, sir. I apologize again for the mess.
Don't even worry about it. Okay. So where you guys going next?
Do you guys think we should check on Javea?
It's
No.
right over here, but I don't really know her well enough to. Oh, I've visited Saldana a lot, actually. She was over.
Normally I'd be all for a visit with Javea, but I think we've got a little bit of more pressing matters. We can always swing by later.
Okay. I mean, I figured she might also know a little bit with how good she is with information.
Oh. We can always make it another stop after we see Afra, so
Hmm.
would be the first time we've looped back around.
Well, I would be coming back this way anyway, so if you want to accompany me there, then it's all right.
All right, well,
Do we have
To
to
the-
take the ferry?
no,
Okay.
'cause let's be honest, I'm going to swim in anyway.
Did you have a problem taking the ferry, Lark?
Well, no. But there was just the last time, and, you know.
time before that.
It's not every time, but many times things happen on the ferry. Pretty soon I will be able to pilot one, though.
Then you could get a job as a ferry driver if you wanted.
My first job.
I'm pretty sure that's a job GB's never had either. You got that up bottom at least.
There you go.
Oh yeah. As long as he doesn't actually get that job, he's got the 2 mage hands, so he can actually pilot the boats now. He's got 2 hands; he can do anything.
Hey, the only thing separating the dogs from us is them last of them thumbs. If he got mage hands, the world's fucking over.
Yeah, 2 of them no less.
Now.
Fucking dogs, man. What'd you say? Alright, where to next?
The Lightsmiths Guild.
Before putting him down, with this GB talk, kind of look at the cats like, okay, and then put them down to let them run off.
The Divine Foundry is not too far from here.
All right, you guys head to the Divine Foundry. You get over there to the foundry, you head inside. There is still a very heavy guard presence. The Ember Watch stands vigilant outside with 4 guards and a rotating watch of 2 others that patrol the city. Around any structure that they are concerned might have an incident. This being one of them, because it just did. You head inside and head on upstairs to Afra's place. And there you are.
You'll do the knock, knock, knock on the door frame.
Because the door is still wide open. Hi. She looks up. She smiles a little. Oh, hello, Callie.
Hey.
And company.
Hi.
Hello.
Hoped you had a few minutes.
Come on in.
Mind if we shut the door?
It's fine.
Okay. So she'll let everybody usher in and then shut the door behind.
So what can I do for you?
Connor, have you met Afra before?
Connor McNamara at your service. Just to meet you.
She stands and she shakes your hand. Hello, Connor. She's a half-orc woman who is very well, very fit, but she is older. You can see some graying in her hair, but it's a distinguished sort of older. Very small little tusks, but skin and hands that have seen use. Like she works for a living. Labors for a living, I guess is more appropriate.
Afra is the head of the Divine Foundry here.
One pretty cool lady.
Some used to say pretty hot. She grins.
I still say, personally.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
It's a
having gray in your
foundry.
hair.
Hey, if I saw you in a
Thank
bar, I'd
you,
surely buy a
Oisin.
drink or 3.
She kind of rolls her eyes and looks back to Connor. Drinks
You're what-
someday, sure, would be.
Oh, you're well
would be
seasoned,
nice.
lass. Be fine. Fine time to spend with you. A pleasure.
Callie looks vaguely irritated.
She looks over at Rosie and kind of smirks and says, I did not mean to offend. I was trying to be.
I didn't hear you. I think there was something in my ear.
It's your finger. And she looks back to Connor.
Yeah,
Which is a
probably.
coin from when you were swimming.
Right. Hold on.
That makes no sense. Thank you for stopping by, Callie, and bringing all your friends.
I just brought you a free coin. Actually, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to last long.
No.
Well, I apologise for intruding on your time, madam, but the cause here is mine. I have a bit of a problem here, and Callie suggested perhaps you'd be someone we could talk to See if you know a thing or two about some loose ends I've been trying to tie up. I'm also regarding my own head.
I'm not sure that I'm an expert at tying anything up.
Not what I wrote mortally meant, but I might cheat you a thing or two one of these days. Anyway.
Do you do this with everything that moves?
Just the females, usually. He will proceed to explain, basically, rather than rehash the entire conversation, explain to...
Hold on. How about things that squirm?
Alright, nope.
She's gonna
Connor
climb
Connor
into
cocks
Prime
an
Heart's
eyebrow.
Flying at the door.
She's
Let me
going
out.
to climb into Prime Heart's hood, and she's just gonna.
Rosie
climb
wants
there.
out!
That's the worst person to climb to. Like,
Callie looks vaguely irritated by that entire exchange. Which I'm sure
that's
Afra
fine.
picks up on and is
Oh,
more
that's
than
probably why
pleased.
she's doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
We will, rather than rehash the entire exchange again, I will explain. We'll ask Callie to insert information where needed, and basically the long and short of it is, does she know anything about my problem?
Do you tell her everything? Or is there anything you leave out?
I will probably start with like a drip of information and kind of take my cues from Callie's body language as to how trustworthy she is, since I don't know this woman at all. And I had enough trouble volunteering this information to what are basically my closest friends. But this is going to be a day for Connor, I can already tell. So if he's going to let it, he's going to let it all hang out, just because why the fuck not?
Callie will nod encouragingly, like, it's okay.
So everything?
Yes.
She closes the book she's had open, kind of slides it aside. Something that Callie and a few others who have seen her numerous times have figured out is kind of her way of focusing on the problem at hand, determining that it's important enough to get her full attention. She nods a little bit. The octogram was the name of the cylinder before it became who they are now. We no longer deal with them, and we haven't in a very long time since we created these weapons. The arcane pistols that they use, using schematics that they've. Let's just say that they were not drawn by any mortal man. At least not any that we're aware of. They use technology that is beyond us. We know very little of their intentions, although I'm concerned about what you've learned here, or what you've told me. And I can understand through... I would agree with a lot of the assertions you've made. I know very little about them beyond that at this point. But I may be able to get you in contact with someone who knows a little bit more. I need to find out if they're still alive.
Trust me, that's not a problem I'm not used to having lately. Run up against plenty of dead ends lately in my day. All the old crew's gone or moved on. Not by choice, necessarily.
The Cylinder is not an organization that likes to leave loose ends. We've known their purpose was specific, that they have an end goal and they've been working towards it, but nothing that we could see that they've done ever seemed to point directly at it, and we no longer are able to track their members. We don't know what changed, but at one point we did have the ability to determine who was who, and the problem is that they seem like anyone else every day of the week until they're together. And then they just sort of become who they are. And you've seen a few, which is incredible that you've seen them and survived, and then you've even killed a couple. I wish we had had a chance to get their bodies.
Afra,
Callie.
Do they have a thing about shoes? Keeping them pristine or anything like
Not
that?
I'm aware of.
Okay, sorry, just paranoia then.
So, is their connection sort of like when you told us to not let Trey around the Nocturne that they're okay separately, but once they're together, they're
More specific. As a matter of fact, the technology, the magic, the arcane ability in the gun is based off of that similar technology that was used in Trey and the Nocturne.
Nocturne. Yeah.
Do you know what the Devourer is?
Never heard of it until today. Besides being called one in my youth by my father, I like to eat pretty much anything, evidently.
I had to run in with a Fate Eater that said they were coming. The Devourers.
A Fey Eater?
Fate.
Eater.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what that.
Good. They're
Is it
not
something I
following.
should know what it is?
Just in case, Callie will tell Afra everything that she has gleaned thus far, and the reasons why they were there and what transpired.
They came for your book.
I'm not. Yeah. I guess
Why
my
would they need
order.
your book?
I assume my order was looking for me and hired them. Or they're members thereof. Seems like a strange group to have joined a Mother Dragon order, but
And those texts should be readily available by any large scholarly institute. The book itself being as old as it was, and I assume magical.
yeah.
I wonder what sorts of magic were on it.
I just know
I'm sorry.
that it could get wet, or it survived several fires, never was touched.
That's that's a simple sort of book. I can create those, no problem. I mean, you need special ink to write in them. It's not cheap, but I can get them. But it seems like those are fairly commonplace for the most part.
I just knew that this one, it was rumored to have been the original, at least among the order. It had been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years and looked the same. Never changed. But,
What? Well, I'm assuming you had copies.
no.
Do you need some?
Didn't know they existed. I've never seen any.
It's old, but when you have books that last that long without decay, they get copied. I'm sure that we have some in our archives, but nobody cares about it anymore. I'm sorry. Very few people care about it anymore. It's lost information. Like fairy tales to some.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's being brought back. I'm glad that somebody is caring about it again, enough for me to go digging through our archives, and I will find you a copy. It might be on several scrolls.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It might be on several hundred scrolls, but you'll be welcome to keep them until you can copy them.
Okay.
And no better way to learn a text than by copying it. At least that's what Dad always said.
Maybe I'd be... I couldn't read the last one, so we'll see if I can read this one, if there's copies.
What do you mean you couldn't read the last one?
It was in a mix of Celestial and Draconic, but too archaic for me to be able to read. I speak both languages, but...
Well, welcome to the Sub Rosarium, Callie. We will be able to translate those for you. But I'm wondering if that language has something to do with why they were needing it. I mean, if all you're concerned about is the translation of the text, that I can get you. I don't know that I can get the actual original writing. Is that important?
No. Well,
Yes. So yes, I will see what I
But-
can do on that. I just don't know that I have access to those, but I have the translations.
it's okay. I appreciate the
I'll see what I can do.
trying to just remember that it was just a book.
It's not just a book. It's a magic item, and nothing magic is worthless.
Thank you.
Besides the fact that I assume it holds some sentimental value, she kind of grins as she digs at you a little.
I mean, when it falls off a high shelf into your bag before you leave, it's
Mm-hmm.
In the kick.
And if you kick the wall so it falls into your bag, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear you mention you're with the Sub Rosarium?
Yes. She kind of turns and looks at Connor again. So are you, considering they're your new sponsors. Didn't you sign the paperwork? She looks at Callie. Like, didn't you get everyone to sign the paperwork?
God, it's like I thought I got everybody to sign the paperwork.
I don't suppose you know much about the timekeepers.
We know pretty much everything about the timekeepers.
How long have you been keeping tabs on them?
I mean, we don't really keep tabs on them. They're petty thieves.
Rosie looks slightly offended.
All right, they're slightly above petty thievery. They're very good thieves and extortionists and blackmailers.
Some of us are better than others, but what do you know about what they were doing about 80 years ago? Do you have any connection between them and this octagram?
I'll take a look into it, but I don't think we have many records from that time. They really haven't been on our scope, in our vision.
Yeah, you might widen your search a little bit. Let's just say that the work I was doing 80 years ago might have been affiliated with them. There might be a connection. It might be nothing, but it helps you track something down.
I'll take a look.
So, was there somebody you wanted us to find?
Huh?
You mentioned earlier that there may have been somebody you weren't sure if they were alive.
No, I will look into that one. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm not sure.
I apologize.
It's going to take me a while. Was there anything else?
I don't think so. I think if we're waiting on you to find out if someone's alive or not. Well, I waited this
I'll
long.
be in touch as soon as I can.
Anytime if you need a drink, you know where to find me.
Or 3.
Do I? Beer Forge, maybe?
You know where to find me. You know where to find Connor usually.
In bed with Primeheart?
Sometimes.
Or in the chicken coop?
Also sometimes.
Alright, well,
How else are you going to get the eggs?
or the milk. She doesn't know that. I don't. Alright,
I'm still working on that.
I'll figure it out.
Any
We need a
rumblings?
chicken cow hybrid. I put a chicken and
Or
a rooster,
goat.
or I put a cow and a rooster together, and nothing has happened yet.
Any rumblings from our ominous warning?
Which ominous warning, Tess? I'm sorry. There's been so many.
She's asking if Donovan has made his presence known to Afra at all.
No, I have not heard anything from him or about. He seems to have vanished, which is his way. He lies in wait until we're least expecting. When our guard is down, he'll strike. We just need to be ready.
So just stay on guard. For
Ever.
ever, yeah.
At least the near future until we can find things.
Right, so business as usual then.
Constant vigilance, yes. Constant.
We'll need every available ally in the coming months, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you have a lead me to it, and I'll check into it. You're welcome to stay in one of the conference rooms downstairs. I don't know how long it'll be. It might be hours, or I'll come and find you, as you said.
Yeah.
And I'll start right away.
Thank you.
Okay.
And Callie will go over and give Afra a big hug if she's willing.
Okay.
And then go ahead, Lark.
Are we going to Rydell's?
Sure. We can go check on Nudvea. Might as well, right?
We've got the time to kill.
And then we can come back.
Sounds good. I hope to have something by then.
Perfect. Thank you, Afra.
Okay. So as you guys are walking from the Divine Foundry over to Rydell's, you have to pass by Pinball's and Moe's tower. Moe is outside sweeping and cleaning up the place, since we haven't had a Moe sighting in a while. And he's looking like he's getting ready to paint the tower.
Hi, Mo.
Oh, hi, Rosie. Comes
Do
over
you
and
want to
gives
have a sleepover tomorrow?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Here?
Sure. Or we can
Okay.
crash at Nathan's. It's,
That's
my
a really
home
big
too now.
house.
He can't say anything. Well, there's also, I have my own room.
I have my own tower.
Okay. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to hang out.
You were also given the village.
Oh, right. Heck.
Huh?
I have so many places to stay now.
Wait, what happened?
Aren't you gonna have the guild house soon?
Oh, heck.
Should we start calling you Mayor, Rosie, then?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, Mayor Rosie.
Good to see you, Mo.
Uh-huh.
What color are you painting the tower?
He goes over and he pops open the bucket of paint. It's like a hot pink. That one. What is that one, Mark?
Oh yes, that is a color that I forget. What was Callie? What was your character's name?
Pesk.
Pesk. That is hot magenta. Pesk turned to that quite often.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's good. That's a good color. I think this will be the trim. I was told I can't paint the whole building that color, so it's going to be kind of like a I guess like I don't know, brown maybe.
Whatever you decide, it'll look wonderful.
I'm sure. All right. Oh, Oshin?
Yeah.
What did you want me to do with that thing, broken thing in the closet?
Broken thing.
Yeah, the big melty thing.
Melty?
The thing you used
What?
to come here and talk to.
Is it still there?
Yeah, that's where you left it.
Let me go check on
Sure.
that and start going inside the tower.
Okay, so you head into the tower and over to the secret closet. little pocket dimension in there. You pop open the door, and sitting in the center of the room is Trey. At least what's left of him. He was built on the same technology as Nocturne.
Trey.
There's no answer. There's a puddle all around him on the floor. No cold.
Shan, is there anything I can do? Or are we not there? We're not there, sorry.
Just gonna stand there for a minute, kind of look around. I'm gonna go back out. I'll just leave him.
Okay.
I
I don't
deal
use
with
the
it.
space. I just thought you might want me to do something with it. It's fine there.
Okay, yeah, I can do something with it.
Okay. Have fun, guys. He goes back to cleaning and wiping the walls and sanding things, and as we're going to take our break. So we'll be back in 20 minutes, and we'll continue on this very strange evening, which I'm kind of liking. Alrighty, guys. See you in a bit.
You need
Hello,
to click on this.
everyone.
You're not on your camera, just so you know.
Yeah, we can't see you.
They can, though. Somebody could have just texted me that.
Too
Well,
bad.
hello, everyone, and welcome back to Countless Heroes. Thank you for being here. We are back. We are back. We're back. Hi.
Yay!
Hello. Let me talk to you all about World Anvil. World Anvil is our sponsor, although you wouldn't know it because I still haven't put their logo on the thing, and somebody needs to really remind me to do that. Tess, can you remind me to do that after this?
Yes, Cam.
I've got to, I really have to do that. Oh, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Plus, it looks like we got a follow. Thank you. You guys are all amazing. Super amazing people. So World Anvil is the most robust world building and campaign management software that exists on the internet today. There are a lot of other softwares out there that are trying hard to be what World Anvil is, and they all have some major drawbacks. Either they're very expensive, but even then they do not have all the features that World Anvil has. Because World Anvil has at least 2 or 3 features that are unique to them that nobody else has because they are run by programmers who do this work full time. One of the major features is the multi-layer and pinnable map system they have. The ability to drop pins on a map and link them to articles is unique to them. I think there's one other system out there that does something similar but does not have multi-layers. And their system is extremely flawed, as is their entire business model, as they keep taking people's money and then not doing anything with it, including a very large Kickstarter. That's another issue. So please go over to nerdsmith.org/worldanvil. It is also the end of World Ember, their writing competition. By the way, World Anvil is not just a world building software for RPGs. It's also for novel writing. That was its original purpose, was to be for novel writing. So if you just want to write a novel and create a world for a novel, it's a great place to do that. They're also very supportive. Their community is incredibly active. You can go to their Discord, which you can find on their website, and head over there and learn about things like World Ember, which is their writing competition for the month of December, in which they ask people to write 10,000 words and then ask people to like certain pages, and likes equal love and love equals votes, which means that those pages that are voted highest get put into a competition to get chosen to be their winners and earn prizes and all sorts of things. So we are entering that contest. We have a page talking about the deities of this world. We would like you, if you have not already, to pop over and vote for it. Create an account over there. It's free, and vote to like that page right there. And that would mean a lot to us if you would go and do that. Thank you very much. Other than that, support World Anvil. They are pretty awesome, and they support us. They help bring you this amazing entertainment. We are proud to be a part of the nerdsmith.org network. That is a nerdy entertainment network that exists over at nerdsmith.org. Go figure. You can find 40 some odd creators creating 16 or so shows, doing over 700 hours worth of content since March. That is an insane amount of content since March, even for 15 or 16 shows. Everyone has been busting their butts. Do you think average podcast release 1 or 2 hours a week at most? So you got to start adding all that up. You think it adds up, but it doesn't add up like it should, and it just means more and more bonus content, more and more incredible things coming out. And this show, of course, being as crazy as we are, adding quite a chunk to that. But all in all, 700 hours over the entire network is just an insane amount of content. So go take a look at that. Nerdsmith.org/content is the best way to get there, or just go to nerdsmith.org, click the button on top. Right there. There's our network. Perfect. If you'd like to support this show, you can go over to nerdsmith.org/donate and sign up to be a subscriber. That's the best way to do it. And in doing so, you not only support this show, but we take all the artist proceeds and we pass them directly on to the Trevor Project. That is a charity of choice of this show, the Trevor Project. You can find them and more information about them at thetrevorproject.org, which we'll link also, hopefully. Anything I missed, Tess?
I think you did a good job, baby.
Great. So that's that. So let's get back into this. We'll do a quick recap here. Connor got a little information about from his past. A diary and some information of one of the previous owner of the Beer Forge. Took an interest when Connor went missing several years ago, 80 or so years ago, and tracked down a little bit of information. That information has now been passed on to Connor as an Alumis gift, and they are now following up on the leads. But right now, I think they're actually just going to check up on a friend. So you guys are heading over to the Erastus estate to check up on Javea, who is living there for some reason. So you guys get over to the Erastus estate. You head up to the door. You knock. Stokes answers the door, of course. Not wearing his normal tuxedo, though. He's just wearing nice clothing at this point.
Hello,
Hi,
Stokes.
Hello. What can I do for you?
We were hoping to see if Javea is around by any chance.
Yes, she is here. She is home now. Do you wish to speak to her? She has not been wishing to speak to many people. I can check.
Thank you.
For
I
those
like
who
what
don't
you're
know,
wearing,
Stokes
by
is
the
a very
way.
large... Oh, what?
I like what you're wearing, by the way.
Thank you. It suits me very much. Stokes is a very large bugbear of a man, and I'm not saying he's like a bugbear. He is a bugbear. Large, but very well groomed, hairy sort of face, arms, very thick muscles all the way around. A literal bear on many levels. And he starts heading up the stairs.
A very large man of a bugbear.
A very large bear of a bugbear. One thing that you start to kind of, as you stand there in the entryway, feeling a little awkward, you weren't taken anywhere. You weren't set in a room. You weren't given refreshments. So
He
you're just
is
kind of
the lord
awkwardly
of the
standing in the
house now.
hall.
He don't have
I
to
guess.
buddle no more.
I wonder if they're gonna get another butler.
Maybe that's what Javea is here for. Another job for her. She could be close to Saldana sometimes if she comes around. But if that is her job, she's doing a really bad job.
I don't know. I'm happy to see him not actually having to do that. So
It's sweet.
So a few minutes later, he gets back down. I asked if she wished to see you, and she groaned and put pillow over her head. I assume that means yes. Third floor, second door on the left.
Thank you.
thank you, Stokes.
I do that all the time whenever anyone asks if I want to see you guys.
That's usually
Yeah.
what I do when just someone says, "Hey, Callie, the sun is up."
Oh, Nuke, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. Although 600 is close to 500, so we all know what that means. Something hasn't happened in a while. It is a dance.
I have been up here before, although not in the third door on the left.
Oh,
I've never been here.
To the
You're
end
on
of the
second
hall.
floor, at the end of the hall, which is the master bedroom.
Well, I don't think that you're welcome there now. It's probably for Rydell and Stokes.
I don't think Rydell was welcome
Oh,
very often either.
yeah. Well, it's his
Probably
house
just
now.
empty. Yes.
I would move in there. You need bigger furniture when you're a bigger person, so I'd probably have to get some bigger furniture for Stokes. Ooh, that'd be a good wedding gift.
no, that's a good idea.
Hint. So you guys get up to the third floor, move over to the second or third door on the left, whatever I said, and it's sitting open, but inside it's like very dark. The curtains are drawn, and the blackout curtains are drawn over that. but you can see kind of a lump in the bed across the room. It's a big fancy room, just like Saldana's was, with a big 4-posted bed with draperies around it, but they're not closed. And the lump in the bed is fully clothed and just with a pillow over their head.
Is she playing Electro Swing while she mopes in bed?
So
Because the music ended.
that was
There you
weird. Let's make sure the stream is still working. Hang on.
And
Are we back on stream? Okay, cool. We just want to make sure.
So
As we get to the door, Callie's gonna wink at Primeheart and just kind of launch herself towards the bed with a monk attack, and with fingers outstretched ready for tickling. Launches herself at Juvea in the bed.
Okay.
Kelly's
She
gonna
doesn't
die.
Roll initiative.
She's trying to be nice and fun and make her laugh, and she's gonna get her ass kicked.
So yeah, you leap on Juvea and you start tickling, and she just doesn't move. She doesn't do. Just holds the pillow over her head.
Okay, this is the saddest monk attack.
Rosie's gonna go over and hop up on the foot of the bed.
Javea. Javea.
Go away.
Oh, those are
Away.
words.
Get up, sleepyhead.
Not sleepy.
You're sad.
This is all muffled from under the pillow.
Juvea,
Oh Lord.
would
What
you like
is
to join the
wrong there?
resistance?
No, I really don't.
Do you need a drink?
I mean, maybe. What are you offering?
A glass of the finest whiskey if you'll have it.
Oh, fuck
She's a
yeah! She
child.
sits up.
She's a child.
Oh, I don't know who the fuck she
I'm
is.
down.
Isn't
I
she
would love
15?
to- She's 15, yeah.
Connor immediately
yes,
turns and
please.
leaves the room.
Is that a no, or do I need to follow him?
If it'll get you out of bed, follow him.
Well, am I going to get whiskey at the end of it?
Maybe.
That's no. Whenever an adult says maybe, it means no. She goes back underneath. her pillow.
Finally, one person calls me a goddamn adult.
I've always called you an
Hey, I've been
adult.
saying it.
Okay, that's true.
Also, Juvea and I are the same age. You let me drink whiskey.
Because you're an adult.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gervais is older than Rosie.
Yeah.
We have this discussion so often. It's so weird every time.
Look, Connor's the oldest right now, so I guess he's the biggest adult. What does that say about us?
That he has no problem with me being 15. She yells down the hall.
I have never been accused of being an adult. Thank you very much.
Me neither. Which is
Connor
great.
runs screaming from the building.
Yeah.
No,
This is a
he'll
weird
peek,
conversation
he'll,
to be
he'll,
having
he'll peek his head
probably.
back in and be like, "God, why did I less? Am I?"
No, you're fine.
Is Juvea sitting up?
No, she went back into the pillow.
The whiskey is back.
Meh.
Hey,
What are you, Foster?
Foster.
we should bring Foster in here. Bear kisses
Please
always
don't.
crack me up.
Well, if Monk tickles wouldn't get you up.
What do you want?
Bear kisses. We want to check on you.
You have checked. I'm alive. Please leave.
Not you're alive, not good.
She's gonna start like
I'm alive,
shaking
not
her.
good? What does that mean?
I said you're
Like, what's
alive,
it-
but you're not good.
Oh.
I'm not saying the fact that you're alive isn't good. I'm very glad you're alive.
She's gonna like shake her a little bit.
Come on,
No.
get up.
Javea, are you do you have a job? A current one?
I did.
Yes. Would you like another one?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to go punch some things? Would it make you feel better?
No, I really don't. I just want to sleep and be here and mope. That's what I
See,
want
you're
to do.
sleeping. Don't sleep.
So,
Do you want to stop something?
okay,
No, I really
why here?
What do you mean?
This house? Why this house?
It was offered, and it's not someplace creepy like a church. No offense, Kelly. Don't like churches.
It's all good.
Okay.
None taken.
I came here after to talk to Rydell. Apologize, I wouldn't be able to watch after his daughter anymore. He offered me a place to stay.
He's a nice man, yeah.
Would you like to look after his ex-wife?
That's a really strange question.
She is pregnant, and I think it is called a doula.
I'm pretty
That's
good
the
at
episode,
dueling.
you guys.
You could do that now.
What do you like?
You are good at caring for people.
No,
Contrary to what the name might suggest, I'm pretty sure you don't have to duel anyone.
I have a 100% failure rate at caring for people.
I don't think that's true. Therefore, by that logic, you are incorrect. You definitely care.
Okay, but also,
Taking care of people.
I want to mention that people being a bitch and having a bad day is not your fault. I was being a bitch for a very long time.
Like a bad month or year for some.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's the bad area?
I'm a little mad too. But that's not your fault. None of that is. She needs to figure out her own stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with you or you doing a bad job or you being a bad friend or person. That's her business that she has to deal with.
For
But
someone,
we're your friends still.
Hmm?
And if you want, we'd like to do something with you.
I really don't want to do anything.
Can you promise to come to a sleepover? If I leave you alone today, can you come to a sleepover tomorrow? We'll have cakes and cookies and sandwiches and stories.
I mean, maybe. Who's going to be there?
So far, me and Mo. I'm gonna see if Mari and Nathan
Who
want
else are you
to.
planning- Who else are you planning on inviting?
I don't know. If anyone would make you uncomfortable, I won't invite them.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to rest today, just make sure you eat. Maybe take a bath and change your clothes. It'll make you feel
I
better.
stopped eating.
Yeah, that happens. Have you eaten any real food? And not
I'm
junk
eating the
food?
flesh of gingerbread man.
Maybe
That's-
try
I
eating
deep fried.
try maybe like eating a sandwich. Or
Okay.
or something
A
small,
gingerbread
like real.
sandwich?
no. Like try something with meat and cheese and vegetables and
Gingerbread
protein.
sandwich. Okay. I'll try.
And then sleep over tomorrow. We will do a bunch of random shit and pull some shit if you want. I've been thinking about filling some of Nathan's cupboards with feathers. But don't tell him I said that.
That sounds fun.
Okay. You promise though, right?
How do you get the feathers in? And she'll pinky swear.
you have a friend who has 200 chickens.
She has access, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
But how do you get them in the cupboard without them falling out?
Magic.
Very carefully.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I say you have to come over and sleepover to find out the trick.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Well, then why'd you ask the question?
Because adults expect it. So I'll rest today, and then I'll welcome to the party.
Okay. I'll swing by to walk with you if you want.
Lark, I'll maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll come and meet your friend.
Excellent. You have met her before.
Oh yeah.
I will draw you a map.
Oh God. Oh, Jastra? Well, that's gonna be really weird. I thought you meant when you said ex-wife. I don't. Right. I got a headache.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a tummy ache.
Yeah.
Too many
Let's back
cookies.
down. Not enough cookies.
Mm,
I always get a tummy ache when I don't have enough cookies. But I'm just gonna lay here for a while.
okay.
Have a good day.
Callie will get off of kneeling over Javea for tickles.
Before they leave the estate, Rosie's gonna see if she can get Javea a glass of water and just pop it on the nightstand next to her, and then leave.
She'll take a sip of it as after you do. Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. You
You're very important to me, and I love you a lot. Okay, goodbye.
You start hearing crunching as you leave. I love you.
Hey! No more cookies!
She's gonna pop her head back into the room.
What did I say?
She puts the cookie back in the drawer.
Yeah, that's right. Sandwich, protein, real food. We'll have cookies tomorrow. If I find out, which I'm really good at finding things out, if I find out you've had another cookie, no more cookies. Not at the sleepover. Spit it out. There's a trash can right there. Spit it out. Spit it out.
She's
Rosie's gonna walk up to her.
I will never spit out a cookie ever. When it goes in my mouth, it's mine.
Do you want cake and cookies tomorrow? We're gonna make
Not
milkshakes.
anymore. I'm not gonna spit cookie out. It's a waste. Cookie can last. I've wasted enough cookies, Rosie, please.
True.
I destroyed like 3,000 little gingerbread men yesterday. Their poor souls will waste away forever. Cookie purgatory.
Okay, fine, but no more.
All right.
Where's your stash? Give it to me.
She opens the drawer. There's like 30 cookies in there.
She's gonna take them all and dump them in her bag.
I'm checking the other drawers.
She's
There's more
gonna
cookies in the other drawers.
just take them out and dump them in her bag.
She just lays
Gonna
back.
check under the bed.
You find
in a
all the
pillowcase.
cookies.
Yep.
Well, Agrisha's gonna love these.
She sticks her tongue out.
There'll be more tomorrow. Deal with it. Eat a sandwich. Goodbye.
When she
You hear
leaves,
just
it's like,
under your breath. Thank you as you leave.
What? Sorry. Didn't hear that.
Go away.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
she's gonna leave and just go over to Stokes and be like,
Hey, if Javea comes down and you see her in the kitchen, can you make sure she doesn't eat any more cookies? I made her swear to me.
I stopped making
made her
cookies
swear.
2 days ago. What happened?
She had like 120 of them stashed in her room.
I didn't make that many.
She had
Oh, it's
120.
close, I'm sorry. I will double check. Yes, check everywhere for cookie stashes.
Okay, thank you. Also, she's supposed to be going to a sleepover tomorrow. So I'll be coming by if that's okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, have a nice day. It was nice to see you again.
Good day, everyone.
Take care, Stokes.
Congratulations.
Going to get
All right.
Dermot a new outfit now.
Well,
Back to Afras.
Yeah.
it might be easier to send her. I really need to learn how to do sending.
I have
Yeah.
sending. What do you need?
Rather than walk all the way back to the Guildsman district, maybe it'd be easier to find out if she has an answer first before.
Sure. What do you want me to ask?
I guess ask if she's ready to meet with us or if she needs more time, and that's totally fine.
Hey, Afra, are you ready to meet with us again? I have cookies. Like a lot of cookies.
That's it. That's her sending.
1 second. Yeah. Come on back. I don't need cookies.
Rosie, under her breath, not as another sending. Just
Good, because they're all mine now. All right, she's ready.
All
And
right.
by
Okay.
Rosie's, we mean the Grishks.
yeah. Being a mom is hard. Nothing belongs to you anymore.
Tell me about it.
Hey, Rosie.
Yeah.
As payment for being your riding horse, can I have a cookie?
No. Of course you can.
She's gonna
Must be.
pull like 3 cookies out of her bag. One of them may or may not have been chewed on by a rat.
It's fine.
Just hands in a prime heart.
Or do you want me to like pop them in your mouth? Like I don't know, like something.
Is that
I was
weird?
gonna say like CDs, but that doesn't exist.
No.
She's all 3 of them at the same time into his mouth.
Yeah, big mouth.
Cat sighting.
Yeah.
Oh, Ashley! He's a good baby.
Prime Heart evil people should know it's only weird if you make it weird.
True.
Good Foley work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have way too many of them now, so anyone can have some if they want them. They just might be chewed on. By either Javea or a rat. I'm not sure.
I will pass on the cookies for now, but next time.
Same.
Have you finished your saltwater taffy?
I'm still working on the caramel corn at the moment.
Okay, that's good. Because that's going to get sticky. Especially if you're around chickens, that won't go well.
Yep.
Just feathers everywhere. I know this from experience.
All right.
If you guys don't mind, I think I'm gonna swim. Get some cool, clear water. Cool my hair. Clear my head while we go.
Want to take your shirt off again?
Damn, Rosie.
I mean, is that a request or just confusion?
I don't know. I don't know.
The shirt hits Rosie in her face. See you on the other side.
Man, I told you, chicken feathers everywhere.
You get used to
Like
it.
cat hair.
Just in her
All
mouth.
right, so you guys, so Kelly, you're gonna get there well before anyone else, except that you won't have a shirt.
She'll
But,
stay in the water until she
yeah.
sees them.
Rosie's
Wearing
gonna
her-
try to throw Callie's shirt back in her face, but probably isn't gonna do super well.
Wearing her itsy bitsy teeny weeny
Poke it up.
Triton monk bikini.
Hallie
all
doesn't
right.
wear anything under that sweater. Ever.
Yes, but staying in the water. Was
it's just
the
nipples
joke,
and
'cause it's
gills.
Part of the song.
Nipples and
Nipples and
gills.
Nipples and gills.
The name of her first porno. All
I
right.
have
So
those. Name your kittens.
First?
Mittens and gills. Nipples and gills.
nipples and gills. There's the name of yes, that's the name of
No.
it.
No.
We're gonna awaken nipples.
I want to
Why-
awaken nipples.
Why have you forsaken me, Father?
What the hell's wrong with my name?
Well, Pinball,
I mean,
Pinball asked
what?
Pinball asked what we should name you, and I just the first thing that popped in my head was Callie's nipples.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? Thank you for rating. We really appreciate that very much. Hi, guys.
Just in time.
Sorry for being.
Exact moment.
All right.
Best timing ever for a raid.
It's fine. Callie's seen Oshin completely naked because she was there for the reincarnation. So, it's fine. I don't care. And I'm also not naming a cat after her boobs.
Thank you for not naming your kittens after my after my chest. I appreciate that.
All right. So as you guys meet over by the water and then head inside the Divine Foundry, you head on up to see Afra dripping wet this time. Although inside the forge it's fairly warm, so you dry off
You
fairly
said
quickly.
Afro was dripping wet. I was like, what happened?
Callie got there first.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it.
Yeah, you should have. All right. As you head upstairs, the doors open as usual. You knock on the frame, and she smiles and waves you in. The half smiles and waves you in, as much as you get out of her nowadays.
Thank you for looking into things. It's appreciated.
Hi.
Yes. So evidently, he's still alive. Let me preface this a little. He was one of our contacts when we made the weapon purchases, or when they purchased the weapons from us. My understanding was one of them at one point, but his partner died and he did not. He found a way to get away or escape or something, and anyways, he broke the control of the weapon on his own, something that should be impossible. Now, I want to apologize again. When we created these things, we didn't understand their true purpose, and I said that the designs were not earthly, not veil-y, not of this plane, but we didn't understand that they would do such a thing to that degree. We thought they were for loyalty, not necessarily what they do. Anyway, so he broke that on his own, somehow. His name, he lives over in Greywall. His name is Finn Tanglemane. And I have his address here. It's a little homey from the outside, but the place is a fortress. Somebody that I knew from back in our Victor days, and well, I haven't spoken to him in a long time, but I have a contact that knows he's still alive.
Should we use your name or no?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
But you can if you need to.
What is it that he knows that you're referring him to us for?
He knows more about the cylinder than anyone. He's also extremely old. And he's been involved with the organization for a very long time. No doubt in my mind that he was involved in Connor's day.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, Ephra.
So what do you guys do?
Well, Connor, shall we go pay this Mr. Tanglemane a visit?
Well, one more dance in the card. Might as well head that way.
All right. So we head on out.
I love the exercise we're getting. This is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this person lives near the dwarf that gave us the hammer.
So Jay
yeah.
and so Oshin and Lark, as you get closer, you do realize the address is the same street, and as you approach the house, it is the same house that the two of you have been at before. The one that looks wooden from the outside, but inside you know it is metal and stone. A fortress inside of a homey exterior.
Thought it sounded familiar, yeah.
Oh, and Tessa too. You should recognize it. Callie.
Yes.
Oh, it may not have been Callie. On
It wasn't
11/28?
Callie. It was
11/28. It wasn't Callie. That wasn't that long ago.
That was when we fought the shadow dragon thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that
that's
was
when
Callie.
Syl had the. Yeah, it was Callie.
The glowing
God.
hammer.
I think I joined midway through that session.
No, you were on the schedule.
Okay, I do not remember, so I apologize. My brain is lamoosh.
Except I remember Russell being there, so maybe you bowed out or somebody did because
I may have
Russell
bowed
got
out,
the
yeah.
dagger. The Chelsea and Angela were also supposed to be there. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So point is, yes, at least Oshin and Lark recognize this location.
I'm not sure he's going to be happy to see us again, but he was
It
friendly
might be
enough.
fine. We're not asking for the hammer, so probably fine.
It's an acquaintance of yours.
Not friend, no. But
We've met before. Pimble used a favor to borrow something from him for Syl, and that was pretty much it.
Cool. Well, let's go inside then, yeah? Or at least knock on the door.
So,
knock on the inner door. The outer is not really there. Well, it's there, but it's not part of the door.
if I understand this correctly, we're not supposed to drop Afra's name in this. How are we going to talk to this fella?
To explain what's going on.
Yeah, that is up to you. What you would like to find out.
Just say that we were told that there was some information.
Ask him what he knows about the cylinder.
Yeah.
Fair enough, as long as we have a plan for going.
Or octogram, yes.
Hey, that one.
Lark will go up and knock if Prime Heart hasn't already done so.
Nope.
So you go up to the door, you open the exterior door, there's the the solid steel or iron door in front of you. You knock, and a few minutes later, the door just cracks open a little bit, but you can't see anybody beyond. You just hear a voice. What do you want?
Hello, it is Lark, and I think you recognize Oshin as well.
I looked at this different, but still the same person.
You dyed your hair, yeah. So what do you want? Because you're not getting what I think you're here for.
We would like some tea.
I don't have any tea.
Beer.
Do you have any whiskey?
I'm not looking for house guests.
What do you know about the octagram?
Nothing I'm really interested in talking about. Is this a shakedown?
No, we're just trying to help our friend, if you wouldn't mind, please.
What if I promise you a good story with it?
I don't care for stories anymore. I've lived too many of them.
You're not the only one. Logan...
Who sent you?
Never mind.
Well, we were sent by someone who told us that you could help. And that they used to work with you during your time with the cylinder.
And who do they or did they represent?
The organization that made your weapons.
The door shuts. You hear a couple of latches, and a minute later, the door opens all the way. Come on in.
Thank you.
After the last of you comes inside, he shuts the door.
We're sorry to intrude.
Did Wentel send you? No. He goes over to a small little, very well crafted stone bar and pulls out a bottle of whiskey and a few glasses. Sets it down on the table and has a seat. Starts pouring.
Did I recognize the vintage or any of the mark?
It's in a unique bottle, like a decanter almost. It's not.
Connor's gonna be trying to figure out if he knows like anything that he can use to connect with this guy, because since they were both active in the town around the same time.
Okay.
Lark was just going to offer up that information because that's what he does. Connor here is from your time. He's the one with the story.
You don't look that old.
Looks so familiar every time, you know.
He is preserved with whiskey.
I wonder if Lark believes that.
I ran around with Basil's game back in the day. He used to hang out with Cecily too, over the Bear Forge.
So you're a thief.
I'm trying to get better.
Oh, you're a bad thief. Got it. No wonder Bessel hired you.
I also run around with some heroes back in the day. Folks you might have heard of. Aineth, Bobs, those sort of folks. Help save the town a time or two, you know.
I thought you were trying to endear yourself to me.
I'm not trying to endear myself to you. I just want to find out if you need to know anything about the octagram.
I know everything about the octagram. At least as much as I could know.
Well, then tell me why they'd send a fucker like me to the Winter Court.
What's your name again?
Connor McNamara, at your service.
I got nothing. I don't recognize the name. And I don't know why they would send you anywhere. I'm no longer involved with them.
Something about devourers.
What do you know about the Devourers?
That they're coming, apparently. And
Oh, they've been coming for 100 years. Have they worked out the problem yet?
what was the problem?
Then no, they haven't.
What are the Devourers?
The Devourers. The Devourers are ones that, well, they devour. They're going to, at least as the legends say, devour Vale.
Okay.
Like the legend that the mother dragon would purge the world with her flame devourer?
No. No, that's not devouring. I mean, that might be devouring in fire, but usually metaphor is more specific. No, these will actually eat the world. They are no friend to the Dragon Mother. But then again, maybe they are.
Do they have anything to do with fate eaters?
Never heard of them.
What was the problem? I'm very concerned.
Last time you were here, you came to borrow some instruments of mine. Oh, well, one. Yes, that was you, right? I mean, I don't get many
Yeah.
visitors, but I drink a lot of whiskey. You were going somewhere. The Shadowfell, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know how the Shadowfell looks? How it's perpetually night, but not quite.
Yes.
Yeah.
That needs to exist here.
But the portal is closed.
I don't know that the Shadowfell itself would suffice. It needs to be perpetually dark. Then the Devourers will come, evidently.
Like it was when I came here, all overcast all the time. No sun ever shining through the clouds, dark.
No. It needs to be night. Everywhere across Vale.
And how do we prevent that from happening?
Does it look like it's happening now? I mean, I don't understand. There's nothing going on out there. They've been talking about this for 100 years. They even have some stupid poem about it.
Connor will recite the poem.
That's part of it, yeah.
Is there more?
Huh. How's the rest go?
I don't remember. I never memorized it. I thought it was poppycock. I just was doing a job. That's all I wanted.
The man walking across the Fae, or we think that was Connor.
Okay. Bully, why do you think that?
Because I've been out of play for about 80 years. There's no good reason for me to go missing. Nothing special about me, as far as I can tell. And now I'm walking around like a fucking human ice cube.
There's different versions of this poem that were written based on different versions of how they thought this would be accomplished. One of them dealt with trapping someone in the Feywild or moving them through the Feywild. One with the Shadowfell, one with pretty much every plane.
So
Different
but-
parts of the organization were set on different tasks.
You're saying it's just a big case of trial and error.
No, I'm saying that it's a snipe hunt. There's no truth to any of it. It's ridiculous. It can't be done. At least they've never figured it out. They're grasping at straws at best. So you got caught up in a very horribly elaborate prank, and you're paying the price. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. And he'll drink his whiskey.
Connor will do the same.
I am sorry, Connor. This seems to be another dead end.
To hear him tell it. Just got a turn of bad luck. Nothing significant about it. Not like I'm about to start the fucking apocalypse now, is it?
Now, just because the reason why it happened was ridiculous at best, doesn't mean that there weren't people responsible for what happened to you.
That would be our next question, if possible.
Oh, I've got some words for them.
You already have the answers. You know who did it. That's why you're here. So, what is it you're looking for from me?
Names.
I wish I could give them to you, but other than my name, none of them survive. The names themselves, I mean. Nobody leaves the organization alive, except for me, and I don't know why, and considering I never leave, and I'm fairly secure in here, I think I'm fine.
Do you know that Donovan is back?
That name really doesn't mean anything to me.
Keysmith.
I got nothing.
How about Tybalt?
Tybalt. Nope, got nothing. You want Pinball's friends?
A husband, but the rest of my friends, yeah.
I think he was asking
Okay,
whether Tybalt
Tybalt.
was one of Pinball's friends.
I thought you were talking about us. I was like, yes? He sent us
No.
here last time.
Yeah, no.
Tybalt, yeah, he was-
Tybalt sounds
he was.
familiar.
Same with Afra and I'm blanking on the other name.
Yeah, they had that little club. Wait,
Yeah.
Yes.
Donovan. Yeah, Donovan was a member of that little group, right? They
Yeah.
so that was a different order. I didn't deal with them directly. They were working with a different section of our group.
That's all you know about that?
Well, I left after that, pretty much. I mean, I've been out of the organization 2 decades now.
When you say you left, you may just say you just walked out the door. They didn't stop you.
My partner and I got into a fight, not with each other. Something went wrong with the weapons that connect us. He died, I didn't. I walked away after that, yes.
So you were a pair.
That's the only way they know how to work. Everybody is a pair. Buddy system keeps people loyal.
Who Where did the plans for the weapons come from?
That's a long story. I don't know a lot about it. I was only the one that dealt with in between, but my understanding is that there was some sort of benefactor that gave them to our organization. This benefactors were the reason why some of us were able to use certain magics enhanced by our weapons.
Was it a sudden occurrence of these magics? Could you do the magics before and then they were enhanced, or was it new?
I did a little bit of study beforehand to see what it was like. There are those out there who study, I think people call them warlocks, very similar magics, granted by some sort of patron.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who had them first? Who was given them by the benefactor?
Well, there's, they're higher ups. There's always somebody more important up the chain. Somebody got it up there. I don't know. I was recruited by a friend of mine who died fairly quickly after, and then I recruited my friends, who one of them became my partner.
Okay.
It sounds like it was very rough. I'm sorry.
It wasn't fun. Some of it was fun. I enjoyed the magic, but as soon as I walked away, it all left. I was left with nothing. Well, other than my ruggish good looks. My small fortune. Anyway, so what more, several weapons I owned. Can you, was there more that I could help you with? Is there other questions you have?
I can't think of anything else. Not right now.
Connor, is there anything else from the note that you wish to know?
They talked in the note about, Cecily's notes talked about bardic magic and access to other kinds of magic as well. I'm assuming that these are comparable to what he's discussing, or is that something different?
And so he, as you ask, he explains, no, it's like warlock magic, but it's more like bards. We had the ability to cast a small number of things, but we could cast anything. There was no limits. We were able to access any school of any kind of magic, other than those weirdos over at the School of Invention. They had some magics we just couldn't touch.
Rosie gets offended 4 GB.
So you have heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Is there a base of operation you operated out of? Some central place?
Mostly. Most of our instructions came through sending, and we followed them fairly blindly.
Okay.
Towards the end, we started working with these creatures, these suits of armor that walked around. I think the city called them Nocturne. They eventually became like guards here for a while, but like I said, I don't leave very much.
They're gone now.
That's good to know.
Yeah, Callie, as you say. Bit of another dead end. No closer than when we started for answers. Still, I thank you for the time and the whiskey.
Yep.
thank you again for letting us in your home a second time.
Yeah, we will try
Oh,
not to
sure,
come
yeah.
around a lot.
Any friend of yada yada is, whatever. He gets up.
Connor will kind of talk to him quietly aside on their way out and ask if he wouldn't mind coming around if he brought a bottle of whiskey. Maybe they could just sit and reminisce about the old days. If he doesn't mind.
Could we avoid talking about my work?
You can talk about anything he wants.
Sounds good to me. Something vintage, though, right?
Only the best.
Whiskey today. Ugh. Well, the stuff they make around here is horrible.
I have a couple of contacts I could get in touch with. Find the good stuff for you. The best.
All right. As you're leaving, the door's about to shut. He stops. Oh, there was one more thing. Sometimes they would call the Devourers cannibals. I don't know if that means anything. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. And he shuts the door.
Okay.
Cannibals are kind that eat their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worlds that eat worlds?
Partners that eat partners.
This is all really over my head.
You're not the only one, Primart. I'm in way over.
Yeah, I was trying to pay attention, but the entire time song lyrics were just... Sorry.
It's okay.
The whiskey helps me focus, lass. Might try it sometime. Well, any other friends you need to check up on or go back to dunking me head in a glass?
You know, I still have that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I know
If
you
it'll
don't.
help, I don't know.
You can look at it.
Yes. That's my gun with my time. I'm sitting around turning whiskey into ice cubes.
Right, well, let's head to the camp then and see what we can't dig up.
Is everyone cool with that?
Hey, that's fine to me. Mark, you alright with that?
Oh yes, I am fine with that. Remind me, is the gun from one of the pairs?
Yes, I think.
Did we?
I thought it was from
acquire-
Amy.
I don't
Or
know.
Amy wanted it.
Amy wanted it. I'm pretty sure it would have given her abilities that allowed her to get out of there.
It was
That's why
a
she wanted it.
similar weapon to what they look like, but it was not the same. At least not identical to the last couple that you've seen.
Well, Primart, there's no reason to think that touching this thing is going to suddenly restore my memories now, is it?
I don't know.
You can't.
It'll be the high point of my fucking day then. Let's do it.
Primate will lead everyone out into the Skyroot forest.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got to get back eventually, but sure, I'll go too.
I mean, Oshin, you feel free to do whatever you want, you know?
No, I want to see if it works. Go
Okay.
sending, so
Might be dangerous. You might have to kill Connor.
Well,
Oh, wow. That took a turn.
I'm kidding. I don't know what it's going to do, but it's probably not that.
Primark
Yes.
is cold.
One way to find out.
Primart, it's cold.
Get in my hood then. Get out of the
Okay.
wind.
She's gonna climb back up and just tuck herself. Stick her head out next to Prime Heart.
No, I haven't seen all your chickens yet either.
I was to say, you can
Yeah.
bother with the chickens all you want.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way out through the snow and into the Skyroot Forest. It's about, a half mile from there?
Just about, yeah.
Cool.
And lead past. He kind of has like a winding path now, and he tells you not to walk off the path that he's going. And essentially, it's like basic footsteps that he goes through, because you'll just get your feet stuck. And then leads through past a rock wall that you see is constructed that's like about 10 feet high, and into the courtyard where there's dummies set up and targets and several. You see the trees kind of moving about, and then a fenced off area where all the chickens are, and you see the tower that he now lives in, which the bottom floor is just open, with a stone structure in the center, where there's like a fire pit there, and then just goes up to like a wooden structure. But he leads everyone over to a larger tree, and beneath it, and opens up a trapdoor beneath it, and disappears beneath.
Okay.
And then he comes back out with the box. There you go.
Okay.
Should I ready an action?
What action do you want to ready? I don't know what you're going to do.
I'm not looking forward to killing Connor, so not that one.
Are you ready to kill Connor?
I was joking. I don't
Okay.
want to do that.
I rolled to kill Connor.
Connor rolls to kill Connor.
That 20.
I offer Connor a little death almost every day, so it's all good.
Well said.
I move to like a wrestler stance, like I'm ready to tackle Connor in case something happens. Like, okay, I'm not gonna kill him, just knock him out, maybe, or just down.
Hold on, let's lower your hit points first. Dun, 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 dun. Just in case.
Prime Heart, what should I expect? What normally happens when somebody touches one of these things?
No one has, so I don't know.
Oh. All right then. Well, it's the first time for everything. He takes a long pull from his flask, opens the box. What's in the box?
What's in the okay? One more. As you open it, inside there is what we in our modern day time would call an autoloader. It's a pistol, but along where the slide would normally be, where the port, where the exit port would be, is actually hollow, and there's a small crystal floating in that. It's a little more rudimentary than the ones you've seen, and all the lower part of it is all wood, with a very nice, just kind of design ingrained in it, and some sort of epoxy filling coating it, and filling in all the little gaps and things. But it looks very much like a pistol, a modern pistol, but with kind of very crudely put together by our standards, what we've seen today. But for this time, the way you're looking at it, it's very strange and alien looking.
Does it have any insignia or any kind of identifying marks on it that he would recognize?
No, nothing really. As you pick it up and twist it over, you see that there's a small little spider engraving, and next to that there are several small dials.
So picking it up doesn't.
Exactly like. Sorry, go ahead.
I say picking it up doesn't seem to have any adverse effect on him.
No, not at all.
He kind of looks over at Prime Heart, looks at Callie,
Don't
Points
fire
it-
it.
points it at
Also,
one of
when
the.
I fired a gun, I turned blue.
He gestures at one of the dummies.
Yeah, he
Oh,
points
I
at one of the
forgot it.
dummies, looks at Rosie and says, "See what color I turn now?" And he pulls the trigger.
Okay.
So you pull the trigger, you get a satisfying sort of sound and click out of it,
but nothing seems to happen.
Is this how it's supposed to work?
That was anticlimactic.
Is it magical? Like, I mean, Oshin, is there like magic on this?
I can check. Like, use detect magic.
Yes, it's definitely magical. As you stare and look at the schools, it seems to have several different schools on it, including evocation, transmutation, abjuration, necromancy, and one other. I don't remember which one it is. Sorry.
Connor will change some of the. You said there's a dial settings.
There's some dials on there, but they don't seem to have any indicators about what the different settings might mean. There is a little red mark on each one, indicating maybe a starting point or an ending point, or at least just a signifier of some kind. The 3 dials are small; they don't interfere much, but you could easily kind of just glide them with a thumb if you were holding the weapon in some way, and they kind of have a satisfying click as they set into each position. And each one seems to have the first one seems to have like 5 settings, the next one has like 8 settings, and the last one seems to have like 5 again. Number is subject to change.
All right, well,
Maybe it needs to have someone who can use magic to fire it.
So you said you were playing with the dials. Did you do anything after that?
I mean, he'll try to shoot it again, depending on what setting, and if
okay, yeah. So you try it again. You aim at one of the dummies. You pull the trigger. As Rosie asks you, maybe somebody this magic needs to use it. Give me a percentile check.
Never mind. Well, then again, Connor can also technically.
93.
Connor is magic.
Yeah, come to mention it, he would definitely come across as magic when Oshin does detect
Yeah, I
magic.
was gonna say actually.
He glows blue.
Logan, if I just while I'm standing there, I'm going to use divine sense to see if it's evil.
No, there's no evil to it as you're using a divine sense.
So the gun has a lot of magic on it. All kinds. Not all kinds, but most kinds.
It's very interesting.
So there's a bright flash as light streaks instantly from the gun. You hear this kind of pop. This like small explosions, not like firing a gun. And the target was a dummy. You said some sort of like scarecrow or something.
Yeah.
Completely turns to ash, as does everything Connor is holding or wearing that is non-magical.
Ruh-roh.
And of no sentimental value. We'll talk about anything sentimental that'll get a save.
All right, well, Connor is now unarmed and unclothed.
You didn't feel anything. It just kind of this light just went over everyone. Everyone was kind of blinded for a moment, and all of your possessions other than your important things and anything magic turns to ash and just kind of starts falling off of you and coats your body.
Okay, well, let's get you inside and I can find some clothes for you.
There's
Lark.
a closet of weapons at Moe's if you want.
I got some. Don't worry about it.
Lark offers him the picnic blanket.
He will take it graciously.
Primer hands him his short sword. You can have that if you really need it. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Maybe not
so
right this
Connor-
minute, but
Connor, you
Perhaps.
start wrapping around this picnic blanket around you, and it's kind of this just really nice material, even though it's a little there's got a couple of holes in it here and there, and looks like a little stain on it, but it's really soft and very, very nice, and it's this just kind of green and reddish checkered pattern. It's really nice.
I've laid on more questionable bets than this.
Fucking God, Logan.
Don't blame me, blame Mike.
Just when you're done with it, I'll take it back. I have found
Of
all
course.
kinds of uses for it.
I don't doubt that for a moment. I've laid on stranger bets than this. Don't worry about it, Rosie.
Parma comes back with like
I don't know that you have, Connor.
a
I don't
cloak
think Loki
and
knows
trousers
where it's
and like a shirt.
You don't know me.
from. All right, that's true. I don't know you.
Here,
Thank
you
you,
can
Prime
put
Harris.
these on,
Hey.
and you can use that belt and cinch it so that it doesn't just fall right down once you put it on.
I think several of you do recognize that the picnic blanket, though. But yes, so he hands back the thing back to Lark after he's dressed.
Alright, well, I think that's about enough excitement for one day. He puts the gun back in the case, closes it up.
The blanket makes the accent so much better.
Was it supposed to do that, or was that,
We had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, now I know just stand
Well,
outside
no,
naked and do it.
Right,
Yes,
that
as I
setting.
say. I'll try it again tomorrow, but, maybe don't wear anything next time.
I
I
support
think
that.
it might be similar to what happened with the gun that I grabbed. Because I think it's because it didn't belong to me. When I fired it, it caused this sort of surge, and I ended up back in front of the person who owned it, and I was blue. So,
Is anybody gonna heed Lark's suggestion there?
I will repeat it when nobody else is talking. Like right now. Can we write down what the marking was?
Yeah, that's a good
Sure.
idea. Callie
It
will
was so that setting was 272, and it's actually 686, not 585.
And the first one that did nothing.
I don't know that you caught that one. Connor, were you twisting the dials at random or
The first time I
the
shot it,
second
or
time?
how many times
When
did I
you
shoot?
realized there were dials, were you just kind of twisting them at random, or did you move them all each one, or what?
He probably would not have paid very close attention to what he
Yeah.
was doing.
That's all right. All right. So, enough fun for one day, I think, as you put the thing away. And we've got the settings written down.
Well,
Hmm.
I'm sorry it didn't bring more answers, Connor.
That's probably only reasonable for me to expect to find everything out in one day. If we had 80 years. A few more hours or days or weeks won't hurt me.
At least we've got some steps.
It took us 22 weeks.
Well, Carly dear, isn't there some parable in the Dragon Mother about you shouldn't put something off when you know it needs to be done? Here,
Usually.
maybe the lads could accompany me the next time we're around. Don't know if we have time left in today, but when we're a bit fresher. Maybe I need to go see that little fucking winged lizard after all.
Okay.
Yeah.
also, if you guys want, I'm gonna ask Mo, of course, because it's over at his place. But if you guys want to come to the sleepover tomorrow, that would be awesome. Maybe. I don't really get to spend
Thank you.
non-stressful time with you guys, and I think that needs to change.
Yeah, I'm right next door. I can go. Maybe bring Pimble if he wants to go. Well, I don't know if he will because of everything going on, but I
Just
can-
tell him I'm going, and that I'll be very, very sad if he doesn't.
Yeah, you're his favorite, so
Is Jastra invited?
I should ask Javea first to make sure she's comfortable, but I would be okay with her coming.
It could be a good time for the job interview.
Maybe. I'll ask Javea and then I'll get back to you.
Alrighty. Well, Connor, would you like to stay for dinner? Give yourself a break from running around.
I think that'd be nice. Rosie, you tell me when you want to do sword lessons. I'll teach you a thing or two about buckling swashes.
At any point in time. Like, any point in time. If I'm not with you guys or at the Beer Forge, I'm, not doing anything. Or causing problems that I probably shouldn't be causing. So, anytime. Even right now.
Well, yeah, I mean,
If you want.
you're all welcome to stay. I don't really care.
Yeah, of
If
course.
you're hungry, thirsty, there's amenities.
I'm going to head back.
Great.
Sorry.
Cheers,
No worries.
Shane. I appreciate you running around with me all day. Sorry if we were a poor substitute for finding GB.
It's fine. I will find him eventually. Shouldn't be this
Next
hard.
Friday.
Yeah, maybe in exactly a week I will actually see him on the day that I always see him on.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'll be
Only-
around then
only-
too. It might be a nice thing.
Only 3 days after Owen and GB finally get to meet. And week 22.
Hopefully, neither of them have a computer issue.
After Owen
Right?
finally realizes we didn't make
We're not
GD up.
joking.
There really is a talking dog.
Oh yeah, talking dog wizard. That's cute.
Alrighty. So everyone sticks behind. Does Lark head home or does he stay for dinner?
It's not very far. I'm gonna go
Jastra's welcome
to
too.
invite her Jastra over actually.
Jasper will definitely come, and looking forward to getting out and having a dinner party, even if it's just at Primarch's, and is probably very rustic and not what she's used to. But
Very rustic.
and I don't know
Please
that Lark
tell
would pick up on this much, but it seems like Jastra's getting a little antsy sitting around in this rustic settings a little bit. Although it is getting better with the goblins pretty much working.
I'm
on
sure
what she wants
she's
here and
changed a lot of things. So.
there. She really hasn't, because I don't know that she feels like it's her home yet, even though it's being built basically for her and her child, your child, their child, your guys' child, whatever. Anyway, but Connor, she
The
does
child.
talk a little bit about the older days because she was around then, and so she does when if that comes up, she will talk a little bit about it and reminisce with you about some of the nicer
Yeah,
things. Like she knew Sicily and.
I was gonna say, I suspected that she and I ran in very different circles.
Very different circle. She was also she was also pregnant and raising a brand new daughter. So
While they're fixing food, I will start
and
instructing
everybody
Rosie.
gets to hear all about Saldana's birth.
Oh
Rosie's
man,
out.
I'm so sad I went home.
Rosie had
Down.
11 siblings, I think. So she's unfazed.
I don't have
I know goblins
6
had
or
leaders.
5, really.
Rosie, you're probably getting sword fighting pointers.
Yes.
Well, you probably had more, but they only talk about the ones that didn't eat each other. Or
Yeah.
did eat each other.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. And she had 11 before she left.
Right. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I do have a quick question.
Oh yeah, good.
While we are here, do we
Uh-huh.
play chicken with the Goliaths? This is very important.
Do we play chicken with the Goliaths? In this house, chicken may be a very different kind of game. 'Cause there's a
In
lot of fucking chicken.
modern terms, do we play chicken?
Well, there's
Can.
Urban Dictionary for it. I'll
Especially
find
with
out.
the height differences between Lark and Primeheart and then Connor and Rosie. It balances out. Sword fighting like that.
I have no idea. You guys could maybe. You know what? That'd
There's-
be a great downtime if you want to.
There's your art commission.
And then after the dinner party, Callie takes her boys to bed.
Okie dokie.
All right. So,
And Jastra, please start after the conception and go from there.
yeah, I won't talk about the conception. All right. So, anyway, so you get that story. So, thank you everyone for being here. Really appreciate it. Let's see how many people we got. We got quite a lot. Let me go and see if anybody's out and about. We'll go see if we can raid someone.
Anyway, World Anvil is an incredible story building site, and y'all should check it out. Even not from a D&D standpoint, even as a writing standpoint, it is an incredible tool and is very useful to any person who wants to try anything story-wise. I did my best.
And unlike those other world-building sites, it won't leave you with that not-so-fresh feeling.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And as a note,
What?
Primarch's camp is actually just as cozy as the treehouse, because now he actually has like a wooden tower with an interior. There's not just open camp. Yeah, it's nice.
Kelly is
All
a fan.
right. Well, it looks like there's only one person I really want to raid, and we've raided before, so that's okay. So we'll go ahead and go say hi to the Defenders of Kobold.
Nice. Woo!
Yeah.
Go defend those kobolds.
Defend those kobolds. Come along with us. Just come say hi. You don't have to stick around if you can't right now, or if it's not to your taste. Just come and say hi. They'll make them feel really good. We'll have those big raid numbers, and they appreciate it. So let's just go over there, say hi, follow them if you like, and we will see you guys tomorrow afternoon, because today's Friday.
I thought are we later tomorrow? Because the schedule says-
Tomorrow evening,
Yeah, same time.
because we didn't have enough people tomorrow afternoon. So we are tomorrow evening at our normal weekday time of 6:30. So stop by and see us for episode 94. All right, we're gonna go over and raid. Thank you everyone for coming along. Really appreciate it. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.